Count them down, fam. Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. It gets us closer to summer and September. Fall. It's back. It makes you salivate to know the guy's about to hit the field again. And it's a redemption tour. If you don't, and some people don't be calling this the revenge tour. Call it the redemption tour. Last year was an embarrassment. The 49ers need to redeem themselves this year. We are not what that was last year. They're so much better. So much not that. So you see, I got to get some kind of a tour name. And the action gets underway starting tomorrow. The 49ers are not going to wait. You come out there. If you don't bring it, you'll be gone. The Niners are prepared for the start of organized team activities, or OTAs, for tomorrow, May 24th. This year will be the first time that both Niners rookies and vets will meet in Santa Clara for on-field work, too. A lot of things happening different this time. This year may also include more question marks about positions in who will be atop of the position rankings at several spots. The power, I'll tell you at the end of the, it's going to see whose name is first in the power rankings. It'll be funny, ain't it? We'll find out about that. Tonight, taking your phone calls for who you predict will be the first string Niners starting in week 1 of the 2021 season, and everything red and gold. By the way, there's a photo of Mike McGlinchey. I don't think he got doctored or anything else. There's a photo of Mike McGlinchey being circulated around. I even had to retweet that one. McGlinchey looks huge compared to what he looked like last year. I suspected that right after the draft, Mike said, dude, hey, come on down to Santa Clara, man. I'll meet you at some other place. So Mike walks in. Aaron Banks is what I'm talking about. Mike walks in. Aaron's sitting at the bar looking like 500 pounds of just massive anger. And Mike walks in looking thin. And Aaron probably looked at him like, dude, man, what happened to you, man? You all right? You been sick? What? Because Billy Glinchey's been a little sensitive about that. I used to love to watch him come in. He's only been on a couple of press conferences last year, and Mike would sit down with an attitude. Mike, some people are attributing maybe falling off this season, maybe due to your reduction in weight. Can you address that? Hey, as a matter of fact, I haven't lost any weight. My play has nothing to do with my weight. Mike, man, you know what? Because, dudes, we heard about children walking down the beach kicking sand in your face, man. Come on. So Mike picked up a few pounds, man. He looks big. I mean, I looks bigger than I've ever seen him. Like, if you see, look for Mike McGlinchey. Search Mike McGlinchey if you're not hanging out on Twitter. Look at him. God. By the way, also, I was checking out my boy Tony Rigini. It looks like Vish Sharman is having a conversation. They're in a conversation about attaining a third wide receiver and how far the 49ers should go to get that third wide receiver. Vish thinks to spend too many more assets on a third wide receiver would be a waste. Tony says with the way the injuries go with our wide receivers, it would not be a waste. That person could be in play almost immediately. You know what? Here's the thing. Vish, I got to tell you, though, man, Tony may have a good point because every year that Kendrick Bourne played, is because we lost one of our frontline receivers. We do have a situation that has to be addressed. Right now, if Ayuk or Debo goes down, who's going to step in to fill that void? Something to think about, fam. You can address that tonight as well. Also, let's get right into it. Oh, fam, there is so much that we don't know about the 2021 Niners as far as who represents the cream that is going to rise to the top with all the quality newbies added during this offseason. And as I said, OTAs will start tomorrow. The Niners were able to keep most of their roster intact, but as with the start of every season, there are new dudes that will attempt to prove they are not only worthy but indispensable. Get rid of him. You got me. That's going to be the attitude when you come in. It's supposed to be your attitude. If it's not your attitude, we don't want to see you anyway. The vets in the locker room will have the advantage, of course, but as the season nears, the competition will pick up with a lot of intensity. It does every year. And we'll take a quick look at some of the main names that will be drawing a lot of attention in this week, in the weeks to come, as the Niners head into Phase 3. Spotlight, Nick Bosa, his health. The 2019 Defensive Rookie of the Year could easily be in the hunt for another title in the upcoming season with Nick Bosa. That's just easy. Him and the Bosa brothers, that's all they do. If Nicky B can return to the level of play he showed prior to the ACL injury he suffered in Week 2 of the 2020, oh, that's right. That was last year, 2020 campaign. Nick, comeback player of the year, question mark? What question? Put Mrs. Bosa's baby boy down for being in the running right now for that award. If Nick's fine, Nick's been posting videos of his offseason workouts on social media in which he appears to be back to his old Nicky ways. Dude, Nick's crazy, man. You watch Nick's workouts, you would never know what happened to him last year. He's just really, the dude's a hardcore, he's got Marine blood pumping through him. Nick's out there doing things he should not be doing. And Nick probably looks at you, what, wuss? Nick Bosa. Say nothing for me, you know? Okay, go ahead. Nick's fine, family, you know. He will take that defense to another level immediately. If opposing offenses are forced to double-team Range and Nicky B, it opens up opportunities for 2019 sack leader Eric Armstead for number 1, Javon Kinlaw, DJ Jones, and chomping at the bit to get loose. You want a one-on-one on DJ Jones and Javon Kinlaw, who's also come back looking like King Kong? Oh, whoa! I can't wait to see this defense get in action. A watchful eye will be on Bosa throughout the offseason workout programs to gauge his recovery. So more about this issue in the weeks ahead. Nick, please be careful, man. I know you're crazy, but come on, man. Somebody's got to dial back his insanity. He's got that George Kittle blood pumping through him. Running back standouts. Coach Shanahan is known for his outside zone run scheme, and the Niners drafted 2 running backs to help set things in motion. Now, mind you, we're looking at some of the storylines that are forming right now before we get into tomorrow's workouts. Haim the Dream. Jeff Wilson and JaMychal Hasty are set to return to the field, while Trey Sermon and Elijah Mitchell learn what's up. Both of them dudes, man, how quickly the newbies adjust to the playbook will be on display during OTAs. The 49ers are not waiting. Show us now. Ooh, hope they've been studying. Not only will they have to adjust to the timing of the offensive line, but their ability to run routes, that'll be closely monitored by the staff as well. Mostert and Wilson will likely get the majority share of the reps once the season starts. They've got to establish themselves. The rest of the guys got to try to find a way to get in there. Because Mostert, Mrs. Wilson's baby boy, they ain't waiting. They're coming in. They're coming in hard and heavy. They will. It's the kind of thing where, this is my house. Well, who's that? Welcome to my house. We don't have to. Who does that? Anyway, that's the way they're thinking. But evaluations the next man up start now in the OTAs. After an injury played 2020 season, it is clear the Niners need to solidify quality depth in that backfield. And you know how we go through we go through running backs like shirts. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Offensive line chemistry. Flashlight on that. The Niners awarded Trent Williams a huge contract to another Niners O-line for years to come. It was money well spent. The Niners are also signed everybody's favorite vet, longtime outside zone center, Alex Mack. I've been dreaming about having Alex Mack for more than 2 years. I said, man, if we only had Mack, we got him. Mike McGinty's 5th-year option was picked up by the team, and Laken Thomason, who has been a mainstay at left guard, remains under contract. That line looks so good on paper. All they got to do, Max got to get in there and get familiar with the guys. That shouldn't take long. He knows this offense. Aaron Banks, Mike McGlinchey. I mean, you know what? Mike McGlinchey's going to compete. Guarantee you. Mike's going to be looking to his left. He's going to see his junior classmate. He ain't coming out here to show me up. I'm the upperclassman. I'm Mike McGlinchey, man. Let's go. Amongst warriors and gladiators, this is the mindset. Niners continue to upgrade the protection for Jimmy G and Trey Lance by drafting former Notre Dame guard Aaron Banks in the second round and tackled Jalen Moore out of Western Michigan in that magic fifth round. I've already got high aspirations on him just for that fifth round alone. Everything that comes out of that fifth round usually kicks ass. How the pieces all fit together will start to be tested during OTAs. Most believe that it is more than likely Banks will take his spot on the right next to McGlinchey, and how Banks adapts to Shanahan's system could play a factor, of course. You've got to know what you're doing. It's a little difficult. And Shanahan's offensive line. Fam, let's face it, everything on Shanahan's offense, you cannot be an idiot. That goes for everybody on the offense especially. I'm talking everybody. You've got to be a little sharp. Shanahan's razor sharp. So to learn from this guy, you got a lot to learn, and you got to hurry up. We don't have time for you to take too long. So, the Rook will have to compete with Daniel Brunskill, who has been reliable in all positions up and down that line. Can he take Daniel Brunskill? Don't assume anything yet. Moore will likely get reps on both sides of tackle and could end up as a club swing tackle heading to the end of the season. No mention of Sean Coleman's involvement in this competition. I wonder, has anybody heard about him being waived or anything? The coaching staff is bound to try several combinations throughout OTAs and training camp. And also, you know what else is going to be paid closely attention to? Not by so much by his coach and the other coaching staff, but everybody else, especially the media. DeMeco Ryans, his new role. There's no doubt about that DeMeco is appreciated and respected by the players. Members of the offense and defense alike easily relate to Ryans, not only because of his 10-year NFL career. Dude's got street cred, but because of his enthusiasm and knowledge of the game that goes all along with that. Also, shortly after the Niners announced Ryan's promotion, Coach Shanahan shared that there are no plans for the defensive scheme to change. Good. Considering the level of experience of the players returning to the defense, that only makes sense. The group is set up for success. DeMeco just needs to add some things that he can put his signature on, If you see a new wrinkle in the defensive scheme that he adds, you say, DeMeco, he took what was already working and made it a little better. So that's all we want to see from here. Starting tomorrow during OTAs, we will see our first glimpse of Ryans in his new role. I'm looking forward to that, actually. He's known for being a hands-on coach, especially with linebackers Fred Warner and Drake Greenlaw during practice. It will be interesting to see how he spends his time on the field tomorrow. Will it be as hands-on as we have been seen in the past, or more of a supervisory role now that he's been given more authority out there and responsibility? So I'm hoping not. All right, DeMeco, get in everybody's face, man. If they're doing something wrong, sprint out on the field, yelling and screaming. No. The hell was that, man? Guys, bring it back over here. Let's do this again. And this time, let's do it right, please. You got to keep the players on their toes. Man. You can't just sit back and be a supervisor, DeMeco, because you got that kind of stuff, man. Quarterback reps. Everyone is waiting to see how Trey will fit in. The Niners selected Trey Lance with the number 3 overall pick of the draft, while at the same time promising that Jimmy Garoppolo will remain on the team as a starting QB, which to many people is something they don't appreciate. But that is the way it pretty much is shaping up to be right now. That decision, of course, could change if Trey comes out and gets all jiggy starting as early as tomorrow. Of the top 5 quarterbacks available in the draft, Lance was tapped as a one with a big potential. While at the same time, wait, are we going to change Trey's name a little later on as the big ticket? I hope so, actually. But he is, at the same time, the most raw. How will he adapt to his new surroundings and Coach Shanahan's offensive system is the question. Eyes will be on both quarterbacks throughout OTAs, counting reps and keeping track of who has more completions between Lance and JG. Which quarterback is on the field? The ones could hint at how Coach Shanahan and the staff are seeing the competition play out. Can Garoppolo stay healthy enough to play through the entire season? That is the annoying question that continues to be asked. G's going to have to make sure that is not the case this year. A lot of people have already predicted him going down, and they have bets on which week. It's just outrageous. Will Lance supplant JG as a starter is the question. How each player, how each plays through the OTAs could give the first clues as to how the season could play out in regards to the QB position. Vegas has a betting line out. Can you believe that? On who the 49ers Week 1 starter will be. At this particular hour, if you checked it out, I just saw that a little while ago. Jimmy's is setting pretty comfortably as a betting choice, but we'll see. This year, different. The first Niners workouts of Phase 3 of the offseason might be more interesting than in the past due to so many compelling storylines that are set to start unfolding when the team hits the field tomorrow, May 24th. The first practice is open to the media will be on the 25th. So, you know what? Nothing tomorrow. So this week we'll be meeting for Monday Night Raw and a Tuesday Night SmackDown. You know, it's so funny because I can't wait to see what Grant Cohn is going to say Tuesday. Because you know what? Everybody else is going to be very nice about what they say. But Grant has no shame when it comes to talk trash on our guys. He'll come in and tell you exactly what he saw. And you can take a lot from that. Grant, salute you, brah. Scared of you, but salute you. Oh, man. Hey, Ray Juice, what's up? I'm ready to see our boys lay the smack down on these candy. You know the rest. Ray Jr., I'm with you, man. Daniel Andre, time to get ready for a list of players to look out for. Most excited to see Sermon work to do this run game. And secondly, Jalen Hurd. Fam, how many times have you forgotten about Jalen Hurd? Every time I see his name, yeah, right, we got Jalen Hurd. Because, you know, as I was talking, Tony and Richmond are talking about how far the 49ers should go, how much should they extend to get a third wide receiver. What if Jalen's okay? Do we really need to do that? 49er Fred, 1983, excited. I hope I have a good call. I stayed up till 2 p.m., but I'm up. For Ronbo Sports, baby, let's go. Also, a bit high per usual, stacked that on sleep department. I know I'm going to wind up getting sad to forget a point and rip Ronbo. I have a bad habit of that. Okay, we're waiting on you. J. Tad, Ronbo start burning sage before every game this year because of the injury of the past. Anything I do for good luck, man. I'm telling you right now, I agree. Good God. The opening weeks. Where's my ears? Oh. I forgot to get this ready. Let me hurry up. Who's that sings that song? Welcome to my house. We don't have to go. Look, you don't have to go home. Oh, this is something I said I'd done a long time ago. I wasn't ready. My bad, fam. I did. I think I'm in. Okay. You don't have to go. Jamie! Come on in, man.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Jamie, man, I tell you, I enjoyed your response about Mike McGlinchey.
Yeah.
What about his footwork? What about his size? What about the footwork? Jamie,
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, man.
Yeah, we get him in there dancing with Greenlaw. We'll be in good shape.
I know, right? He should have been Dre, we should have called him up. Hey, Mike, man, I'm going over to do a little boxing training, man. You ought to join us. Mike probably would have went.
I want him to do some squats, man. He needs to build those leg muscles up and quit getting whooped on the edge right there.
You know someone else that might help him too? Mike needs to run wind sprints. Also, there's basketball drills where you have to do a lot of lateral movement. They're called the line drills, right? You got to run up to this
the line
spot.
drills.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. There's things he can do, and the coaches should actually start now. Get Mike, he needs explosion, and he needs to learn how to pivot. He needs to get his feet in place, because in order to do that, you've got to move quickly, and sometimes that takes a lot of endurance over the course of 4 quarters, especially with what he has to deal with on a weekly basis. Jamie, can you imagine the dudes he has to see on a weekly basis?
If he's doing line drills, it's going to help everything. It's going to help his back. It's going to help everything.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to see. Jamie, storylines up and down the roster. You know, you got Jimmy and Lance. You've got the running backs. Mostert and Jeffrey Wilson Jr. are not concerned about these guys coming in. Nick
No.
Bosa, can we keep Nick in one piece, please? All these things. What are you thinking, man?
I think Nick's gonna be fine. Last year it was just some fluke thing that some guy rolled up the back of his leg, and like the play was even over. Like the play was over. There was no reason for him to be looking behind him, and he was way out there. Guy rolls up his leg. It was a fluke.
And if anything,
So
you
I'm
learn
not
from
worried
that.
about Bosa.
Keep an eye on every
Yeah,
idiot out on that field from now on. Just watch yourself.
Yeah, head on a swivel. You got to have your head on a swivel at all times.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was
So-
bad. I think we're finally going to get to see Hurd play a game this year. Knock on wood.
Let me do the same thing. 'Cause, you know, Jalen,
I
man,
believe so.
come on, Jalen, you can do this. Get out of preseason, man.
Yeah. What else do we got? I think the 2 rookie running backs are going to make the squad. They're going to be on the roster because he usually keeps 4, right?
And 1
4
on
and
the
juice.
practice squad. Well, you know what? Yes, you're right. 4. Kyle needs to keep 5 guys. Keep somebody hidden somewhere. IR, I don't care. He's got to work out. Keep him ready.
You're going to have to put one on IR or something because if he puts that 7th rounder on there, somebody will swoop him. He runs too fast.
Oh, Mitchell.
Somebody,
Elijah.
Mitchell, somebody will snag that guy. Yeah, I like that guy. He runs fast and he doesn't run. He runs kind of like, I don't know, like Wilson, but faster.
Because, you know, your starters, you're going to have to keep Wayne Gallman. That's 1, 2, 3 right there. Gallman, Mostert, Wilson. Those guys are pretty much going to make this team.
Yeah.
JaMychal Hasty is involved in the mix. And, of course, we're talking about Elijah Mitchell, Trey Sermon. So, yeah, I tell you, Hasty's going to have a problem with
have
this.
to go to the practice squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way he breaks into that roster.
Yeah, because he's an UDFA. The 49ers spent capital to get these guys. You're right.
Yeah. You think Jennings will end up on the squad this year? On practice
That's
squad.
another name I forgot, Jamie. Wait, Jennings. Okay, because he can't have a hamstring that lasts all year this year. Yeah, I hope we get to see him in preseason games. He'll show what he's worth. Wow.
Yeah, because I think he's more of a gamer than a practice guy.
Yeah, probably.
Especially if he's going up against K1.
Yeah. You mean Juwan Jennings, right? Oh, you're talking about because he's going to be in the slot.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on who he's practicing against, but he ain't very fast, so he would have to be getting jump balls or something,
Man,
catching at the high point.
Can you see him against Diamador? Lenore? I feel sorry for anybody that's going to try to make this team as a wide receiver.
I would like to see that, though. Would you like to see that?
I love this. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait till next week. Dude, that picture of McGlinchey made me actually happy. I'm like, oh yeah, come on, we're trending in the right direction here. Come on.
Guy's neck is bigger. Everybody seems to have trained in order to avoid injury. Just get strong. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Lift like your life depended on it, and it does.
Yeah, it looks like they're coming in ready this year. They're not messing around, which is a good sign for us. Plus, we got a new QB that if anything happens to Jimmy, we're not going to be,
Yeah, it's CJ and Nick,
Yeah, well, smoked.
And said so tired of that. Say hello to our resident Seahawks fan. Grayson is sitting up in our monitor.
Yeah, we had a troll on the phone a minute ago. Wouldn't let me hear what you were saying.
Grayson is taking over. Grayson's adding. We need a Cardinal fan in here now. We're being observed by the NFC West. Rudy is representing the Rams. Grayson is representing the Hawks.
Yeah, they all got to come see what's going on.
Each team's CIA. hey, Jamie. I'll see you tomorrow. Actually.
Okay, I'll holler at you then.
Looking forward.
Thanks, Ronbo.
Night, fam. Hey, John.
Ronbo.
John, glad to hear you back. And OTAs getting underway tomorrow. John, the storylines are being created already as the drama's starting to build. You got Jimmy versus Lance. You got our premier running backs, Mostert, Wilson, taking in the newbies, Mitchell, Sermon. Then you got Nick's story. How much does this team depend on Nick staying with us all year? It could be the difference between the NFC West and not. You know? Man. And also the offensive line, Big Mac. How much of a difference is he going to make in what we've seen in the last 2 years? He's 49ers. John, get in there, man. Give me some.
You know, one thing that I do agree is, you know, the word competition. And I think, you know, competition is going to make this team, you know, stronger, especially Jimmy Garoppolo. While, you know, many people trash him, you know, many people support him, it doesn't really matter anymore now because now it's time to get back to work. Jimmy Garoppolo has to understand, just like a few weeks ago, Rich Eisen said this, your job, Jimmy Garoppolo, is to keep that rookie in the bench. If you want to be the quarterback of the 49ers, prove it. Not just to yourself, but, yeah, prove it. Because Trey Lance, you know, one thing that, you know, these Mac Jones people, you know, still, you know, don't get in their head is that you do have to have a quarterback who knows how to have a great mobility in that pocket, not just, you know, like be, you know, a statue. And that's one thing about Trey Lance, you know, he's going to develop and he's going to be a really good quarterback. And for him to, you know, be competing with Jimmy Garoppolo, the same thing for him. So those two quarterbacks, I really don't care who's going to start week one because we have a really good core of, you know, basically of a bunch of battles. And in the running back position, we drafted a running back. You know, Raheem Mostert has to prove himself, you know, against that young guy, Jeff Wilson Jr., Goldman. So there's a lot of competition, and that's the word, competition. And then, of course,
John,
the young guys.
You know, I just want to say something about that running back situation. Now you have a guy that has that home run speed to deal with, actually get Mostert to give him a push as well with Elijah Mitchell. We haven't had that in the past. Mostert was a one-of-a-kind, and he still may be, but Mostert was a one-of-a-kind. Now Mitchell brings that to the table as well. This is going to be interesting.
Yep. And, you know, that's one thing when you have, like, a lot of running backs. Because at the end of the day, you know, Kyle Shanahan wants to still have that guy with that speed. You know that's why they got Mitchell competing with Raheem Mostert. And then, of course, Trey Sermon, he's going to be a guy who's going to be pounding that rock because that's one of the issues that we've had in several years, you know, not having that back who can rely on first, second, and third down, et cetera.
And the 2-yard line.
Yep. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you know, like Lanier is getting a huge praise by, you know, the media and even, you know, 49er fans because, you know, that guy, you know, looked really good on that rookie weekend. And we'll see, you know, how he does against, you know, Jimmy Garoppolo, you know, against the receivers, you know, who's been in the league. And it's going to be really fun. And then, of course, you know, you mentioned DeMeco Ryans, you know, he's still going to do the same thing. And there's a reason why Fred Warner is being discussed that could be the highest paid linebacker, DeMeco Ryans. So imagine what he was able to do with that, you know, linebacking core, what he can do with that defense, with the coaches around him. And then, of course, the D-line coach, that guy's a wizard. I don't know what he does with the D-line. You know, every year, you know, the D-line has always been consistent with that guy. So I'm not really concerned. I just want to have competition and, you know, at the end of the day, you know, with our new friend Grayson, of course, Rudy, you know, thank you very much, you know, for all that. But at the end of the day, this is 49ers Ronbo Sports. And at the end of the day, we're going to run that division if everything goes at plan. So at the end of the day, they can come on, they can say their stuff. At the end of the day, we have 5 Super Bowls. We have more combined than 3 other teams. A little bit of trash talk.
But it's funny, we have observers now. I mean, you know, Rudy would set up shop, but he's never thought about doing that. Grayson did. They're keeping an eye on us. The 49ers Ultimate Report. Yeah. Give me some more, fam. I know you got some more stuff. 49ers Ultimate Report, by the way, he's got his channel, and he's running content all the time. Yep. You can see he's a sharp guy. Check him out. 49ers Ultimate Report. He's running around in the chat. Click on him and become a part of his group. So go ahead, fam.
And then I want to give one quick a moment. Tommy Huxley, thanks for coming on yesterday on my channel, Talking 49er Football. You're always welcome.
Tommy,
anyone who wants to check out the
Blues
channel,
man.
just like, yeah, the Blues man, yeah, right there. Tommy Huxley, he is a great guitar player. You have to watch his videos, man. He's a wizard, with the guitar. So thanks, Tommy Huxley. And, of course, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, were you going to add to that? Or is that okay? Okay.
That's it. I just want to give a shout out to Tommy.
Hey, yeah, Tommy's everybody's due. Hey, look for you tomorrow, fam. And because I know we're going to hear something's going to leak out. Not much, but Tuesday is going to be the day. All right, fam. Look for you later.
And then just like Norm, hopefully he comes on. Niners all day.
Oh, the hell. Yeah. Night, fam. D on. Come on in, D. You and Jack.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Hey, you know what I'm saying, man? You know the drama's starting to build, fam. I'm telling you right now, because I thought the 49ers, they got the rookies and the vets in there all at the same time. Ain't no hesitating, no waiting. We're going to get busy right now. Yeah? Y'all taking notes? Making judgments? People come out there half-stepping today. It's going to be like, yeah, you know, if I don't get a better attitude by tomorrow, okay, coach, you got my attention. D, we got all kind of storylines building in camp. Start with Jimmy G and Trey Lance. You got the running back room that's been sitting comfortable until now. 49ers went out and drafted prime running backs. You got Nick Bosa, whom everybody said could lead the charge. I mean, what do you think of D?
For me, first things first, we are back to full capacity at Levi Stadium.
Oh, yes.
So that's awesome, man. Yeah, that's awesome. You got to think about it. These Javon Kinlaw, a lot of these cats didn't get to experience the faithful. They don't know what that energy is like. A lot of the, it's funny, a lot of the players are like, oh, man, it's not different for me. I just go out and I play. You love when the fans are in there and they're cheering for you. That extra energy boost, man, is unrivaled. And when Kinlaw comes out and he winds up getting a sack and he sees how insane we go, he's going to look and go, okay, yeah, I can't ever do that again. I need to make sure I get on the field with these fans out here, man. It's a whole nother world. But the other thing, as far as the storylines in camp, it's definitely going to be beautiful, man, because you got to think about it. We have the quarterback situation. That running back room is pretty crowded. So you're going to see, I'm telling you, they're going to weed them out. Mm-hmm. When actual full training camp starts, they're going to weed them out. You're going to look, and they're going to be like, dang, man, we used to like this guy, but he's gone. So you'll see certain guys, take a step back, and some dudes take a step forward. I know that for rookie minicamp, everybody was kind of, on top of Trey Lance strictly based on the fact they were like, oh, well, he only threw short passes. You got to work a guy into the system. Yeah. So you feed him the small stuff. You give him small things.
That's Grant Cohn expecting the 6 weeks a look about a man who just got out of the draft. Dang, what do you go expect?
Oh yeah, man. That's how it works. You know how Grant is, man. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing against him. I won't say nothing bad about the dude because I've interacted with him before. The one thing I can say about Grant though is he's 100 with it.
Always.
He's not gonna change his stance for anybody. If he's going at you, he's going at you. He does not care, and he will ask the question that nobody else asks. I think the only thing that as far as those storylines is going to be for me is the fact that we got to make sure that we know what we're doing going forward as far as Jimmy and Trey. And to be honest with you, I know a lot of people feel like Trey is very intelligent and he could beat out Jimmy. Guys, y'all need to slow down on that one. Jimmy Jimmy may not be able to stay healthy, but he ain't no damn pushover. As much as you want him to be, he's actually a really good football player. And when you give him a chance, he can show up and show out. But
now, he's gonna be fired up because of competition. Because I heard about them battles of him and Tom out in New England. So Jimmy may be inspired.
Oh
now.
yeah.
This is gonna be interesting to see.
Well,
how
yeah,
this
here
looks.
you go. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to have a little fire in his belly.
Oh, I got
You know, besides
he's Italian.
sitting there, you know, just thinking that he's got it. Yeah, you're right. He is Italian, and at the same time, believe you me, man, it's a lot when you got a dude they went up to get, and they were transparent with you about that. They basically said, look, we love you when you do your job, but you ain't never able to do your job.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Tell him the truth. In fact, D hit upon this quarter of the wide receiver situation. I ran into Tony and Vishman having a go back and forth, and Vishman wants the 49ers to do all they can to get that third receiver. Or Tony wants them to do all they can to get that third receiver. Vishman believes that we're fine the way we are. Let's not overspend trying to find a third. We got Ayuk, we got Debo, we've got a collection of other people that should be able to hold it down. There's no point in overextending on what we need to get. And where are you at on that argument? I don't know where to go on that. Vishman makes a good point. Tony makes a good point.
Yeah, they both make good points, but here's the deal with the wide receiver position. We need to see something from somebody to give us reason not to go out and overspend.
There it is.
We don't know.
The gospel truth.
So that's the biggest key. We don't know. I don't know nothing about Jalen Hurts. You know why? Because he ain't on the field. I don't know nothing about Juwan Jennings. You know why? Unless I got a college tape on him. I don't know nothing about Austin Watkins. Why? Because I have college tape on him.
Watkins has been excused.
Lee for 5 minutes.
He's still out there.
Yeah. We had Marquise Lee for 5 minutes. Cut him in favor of another dude. So
what did he do? God.
No, I mean they just brought this other kid, but that's what I'm saying. Like you cannot tell somebody, you know, I'm fine the way I am when you don't know what is there behind these other guys. The only other person on our team right now at a wide receiver position that we honestly have any real evidence of is Richie James. And we don't even have a lot of evidence on him because they barely let him on the field.
You know?
So, I mean, you got to think about it. That's what it is. But, yeah.
He's Niner Gang Podcast, my dude, Dion. We're going to come back tomorrow, and we're not going to hear from the reporter critics until the next day. So I can't wait for that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, have a good night, Ronbo. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, I always appreciate you. Good night, Jasmine. Y'all have a great night. All right.
All right.
And Big Bad Brad, I know you're busy broadcasting on game days, but you should watch Trey Lance play at Levi Stadium in the preseason. Chiefs 8-14. Hey, Big Bad Brad, I will not miss a moment. That game's going to be televised live and in living color. I'll be all over that. I can't wait to watch Trey. Are you serious? Thanks for that contribution, though. Emilio!
What's happening?
Emilio, man, you know, the drama's already getting, 49ers ain't gonna wait, man. Usually they keep the youngsters separated, and then the vets come walking in a week or so later like they badass, you know. This shit, the 49ers said, damn that. I want everybody here for OTAs now.
Yeah, hey. We done said it before. They ready. They ready to play. This team is ready. You know, the closer we get to the season, you know, the better for them. These guys ready. They want to win. Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually, you know, you got some people skip out and say forget it, whatever. No, they know that last year was a fluke. You know, all the bad injuries. You could tell all the guys ready. Even the rookies, from the rookies all the way to the top, to the vets. You know, they're all ready. You could tell they all want to play. They all want to get on the field. You know, you can tell we got a winning team. Not like these confused, sorry ass Rams.
You know what, Ambry, and also that the Wolverine. I'm looking at Lenore and Ambry. They're gonna make some noise. I just don't know how loud it's gonna be.
They all are. It ain't just gonna be just one person. It's gonna be the whole team.
You expect. We already know. You know, between the starting corners, Mosley and Verrett, you already know what to expect from them. But is it gonna be enough? These are where the stories start to begin. You know, because Lenore is scary.
Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
But you could tell it's fighting all these guys. Every single one of them. Like I said, from the rookies to the vets, you could tell they're fighting. They all want to win.
especially with the vets getting ready to win. You know, you can tell with the rookies. You know, they see that, they say, okay, you know, shit, we got to step up too. Got to put in our work. You know? Yeah.
If Nick is Nick, where does Javon Kinlaw's game go to? You know, because I'm trying to put him. Where do I see? I saw Javon as a 5-sack dude last year, just because he was, you know, because the dude is huge. With Nick in the lineup, Emilio, am I going too far by saying Javon could be number 2 behind Nick as far as sacks?
He just might be, like I said, he just stuck in because he didn't really have any help. But think about it, he got Boston on one side and him on the other side. No, he would be number 2 in sacks. You know, even with Bosa, you never know. Like I said, now he's gonna have help. If Bosa can stay healthy, most likely the whole defense can stay healthy. You know, he might be an animal out there. He gonna be a beast.
Because you know they were double teaming him last
trying
year.
To have it,
toward the middle of the
season. The thing is everybody stay healthy. As long as we stay healthy, we're good.
Trey and Jimmy. Odds makers in Vegas have already set up a line. So what? Oh, come on.
You know what?
Leave that alone.
That's just the bet for Vegas. I don't care if it's Jimmy winning, giving us the W. If it's Trey, I don't really care. As long as we're winning the game, it doesn't matter what quarterback's out there, what's on the field, and who's throwing the ball. As long as we're winning the day, that's all that matters. That Vegas shit, that just for people from money that like betting. That's all that is.
Yeah, and there'll be people betting on it too. Brunskill versus Banks. You see, Banks don't know what Brunskill knows. Will that make a difference?
Yeah, it might. I don't know. Like I said, to me, it don't matter to me, man. I can't stress it enough. It don't matter. Whoever's on the field, you don't get hurt. You get the W. It does not matter. As long as we win at the end of the day. That's all I care about right now. I'm ready to go to the Super Bowl.
And that's all we all should care about, and we do. But you always wonder, because you look at these dudes, man, it's like before you watch a fight on TV, the dude be warming up in the corner, they stick his mouthpiece on, he's got that look in his eye as Capallo Creed. Brock, what you know you ain't got it no more, man. I don't see the eye of the tiger. You know, you see that eye of the tiger in a lot of these guys already. You know, when I look at Lenore, I can see that dude is ready. He is just mean. You know, Ambry, another guy. I don't know what to expect from Elijah Mitchell and Trey Sermon just yet, but I know they're some badass dudes. But Wayne Gallman said, man, I've been here for too long. Let a rookie come in and take my damn job. You know, so I can't wait to see this competition get on.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Wide receivers, though, man. I'm worried. We need a third guy, Emilio. Oh.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. All right, man. But I'm gonna get out of here, man.
All right, man.
Let's get
See
to
you
the
busy.
next
All right. Emilio, I'll see you tomorrow, fam. It's gonna be rough. The rest of this week, it's gonna be tough. All right, fam.
All right.
All right, man. Have a good night, fam. All right.
You too.
Big Show says when we picked Lance, it was up a full 2 inches. When we picked Lance, was up a full 2 inches. Oh, in height? Show, I'm not sure what you mean by that. We picked up Lance, he was up full 2 inches. It's Chill Pill Phil.
Hey, don't ask me what show meant by that. I can't decipher it.
I'm not sure. It might not be the real Big Show. So anyway, Phil, the storylines are just going nuts.
Hey, Ronbo, I'm
Pick
pretty
anyone
tired
you
right
want.
now.
I'm sorry, say again?
I'm pretty tired.
How come?
Put $20 down on Phil Mickelson at 300 to 1 and won.
All right. Oh!
So I got $6,000. I was stressing out all day.
Hey, Phil, I'll take care of all the supplies you're going to need for all preseason out in the parking lot or off season.
I know that.
During the season. That takes care of all the meats, all the other things you want to throw in. My gas. Phil, you're set.
I'm set.
God, what a great
But it was
bet.
a good day today. But anyway, yeah, I think we're, as far as wide receiver goes, which is really the only slot that we have open right now on the roster, wait till June 1st. Because that's when there's going to be a lot of cap casualties going on, because they wait till June 1st so they can spread the cap hit over 2 years instead of one. And so that's why That's why Julio's deal's not going to get done until after June 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So Atlanta can that cap hit over a couple of years.
It's only another week or so away.
I still want Julio, because Julio changes the dynamic of the team completely. You have him in there, and then you move Devo or Ayuk to a third wide receiver. Man, that's money.
And Patriots are already involved in the conversation.
There's going to be some wide receivers that are going to be available after June 1st. I'm looking at the guy from the Jets. I forget his name. But there's going to be some guys that are better than what we have come available because of the June 1st deadline. So be patient. That's the
thing.
That's where it's going to come down. But I don't think the third wide receiver is on our team right now.
Yes. Stay tuned. I like that.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's the only spot that we have in question,
Yeah,
that
basically.
can come from the outside.
Because everything else is already
everything else is in-house, and it's going to be competition. But, I look at at who we're probably going to keep, and, it's pretty much set, I think. I don't think Elijah Mitchell makes the team. I think he's on the practice squad.
Could be.
Because we can bring up anytime 2 guys from the practice squad during the season. So, and you can do it twice a year. So if Raheem gets hurt, you can bring him up then.
Don't do it here.
Please. But he can't replace Raheem. I mean, does anybody remember the Packer game in the championship? I mean, come on.
He could put a little bit of a threat as far as Heem's watching him zipping around the field. He could be concerned. Most likely he's got an ego at this point. You're right. He's not going to be concerned. He's not going to be intimidated whatsoever. But I want to see what that kid looks like. If he can do anything.
Well, we're going to see him in preseason. We got the Chiefs and the Raiders at home.
Yeah.
Good preseason games, and I mean, I'm looking forward to it. But I think our wide receiver is going to be settled after June 1st.
After June 1st, yeah, because Zach Ertz is another guy they're looking at. Every other fans are looking at Zach Ertz. Why bother with another wide receiver? Bring Ertz in to run next to Kittle.
I don't think so. I don't think Zach Ertz is a guy that's going to fit.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's going to cost a little money. He's going to cost a little money because he's a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
And Dwelly and the other tight end,
we got Charlie Warner. Yeah.
Charlie Warner.
Yeah.
So you got a good blocking tight end and you got a good pass catching tight end in the backup to Kittle. So.
Mm-hmm. You don't need a premier one. There's no need. Phil, it's only about taking some of the pressure and putting a mental knife in the defensive coordinator's head, because if I got Ertz and Kittle out on the field, I am concerned. I don't know how much fear Dwelly and Warner's put, how much pressure they put on the defense.
No, but if you're going to do a running down where you're going to do a 2 tight end set, Warner's fine. And if you're going to do a 2 tight end passing situation, Dwelly's fine.
You're right.
I mean, you don't want to have to spend all that money on a guy that's not going to play that much because Kittle's in there.
Yeah.
And if you've got Julio, which I'm praying for, then all it's going to be, where are you going to cover? Where are you going to cover?
There'd be probably league protests from other teams about that. Oh, commish, you going to let that deal go through? Yes, we're going to do that.
Well, I would love it. But I think we're going to get a wide receiver either way after June 1st. So stay tuned.
Because they're doing an entertaining conversation over in Atlanta right now from what I read. And the Patriots have put their card in, thrown their hat into the circle. So we're going to find out here in a minute.
I don't know if Julio has a no-trade clause or not. I haven't heard anything on that. Probably not, or else I would have heard. But
right.
It'd be interesting to see where Julio wants to go. I'm sure he'd probably love to go to Shanahan.
Oh, God. He had his best year of his career was with Shanahan. Why wouldn't he not? So, of course not.
Yeah.
All right, Phil.
All right, Ronbo.
Congratulations on that big win today,
Yeah,
too.
I'm having a good day
God.
today. Good day. I had a couple cocktails, but
I
yeah.
guess.
I was biting my nails towards the end, though. But
I bet you
anyway.
were. All right, Phil. Looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Good
Okay,
night.
bye.
Night. Bye. Hey, Tom.
Yo,
Tom.
what's good?
Tommy Huxley, get in here, man.
Yo, what's happening?
Tommy, man, I'm sitting. Hey, Tommy, man, I'm sitting there watching you whip out them riffs, man. You know, you really know what you're doing. Anna Maria was right.
Thank you.
Awesome. Hey,
I got to
Tommy,
get
man.
back to practicing every day.
Is that right? You can just do that anytime, I'll bet, though. Tommy,
Well,
look at it, man. Check it out.
you know.
Tommy Huxley. Just click it and just search and you check out. You will not believe, dude can play. Tom,
Well, it drives Anna gets. She doesn't like to hear me practice. She's like, "Can you stop?"
she's the only reason why I checked. I looked you up. She's the one who suggested that you can play. I know that she does like John and John Lennon, though.
Ronbo.
There it is. I think we're on the phone.
I'd like to talk to Ronbo. How are you, honey?
Absolutely fine. How are you doing, Anne-Marie?
Oh, I just love talking to you. Are you having a good day?
Oh, it's just a wonderful day. I've never met a weekend yet that I didn't like. I mean, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If we could start every week and end every week
Absolutely.
with those 3 days, I'd be so happy.
Absolutely gorgeous. Did you already have supper?
You know, I have, but I'm going to do it again. Food is something I really enjoy. It doesn't matter what time it is. I have had more than my
Absolutely.
share for dinner, but I will, in a heartbeat, order another pizza.
Oh gosh.
You like to eat cookies?
What kind of question is that?
It's a weak spot. No, she's right. You just can tell I like cookies, right? Chocolate chip cookies. I could actually kill
Oh,
myself.
God.
If somebody wants to make me talk, if they ever get caught by some kind of an organization, they put a bucket, maybe a bucket full of chocolate chip cookies in front of me. All right, we'll not remove the cookies until you talk. I will sit there and eat the
It's
whole
your
bucket and
kryptonite.
die.
It's your kryptonite.
Oh, yes,
Ronbo's kryptonite is chocolate chip cookies.
it is.
Oh,
Macadamia nut comes in too.
Tommy.
Oh, God. Tommy, okay, we need to hear from you as far as, Emery, I love you, Emery.
Bye, Ronbo.
Bye.
Bye.
Tommy, we got to hear from you.
Well,
What is it? We
so what are we
storylines.
talking about here?
We got storylines all over camp. We got the Trey versus Jimmy. We've got also Nick Bosa, how he's going to unlock a defensive line that was subdued last year to a degree. You've got running backs in there. Most people think that they're not going to be able to unseat anybody, and Kyle's going to still go with Mostert, Jeffrey Wilson Jr., maybe some Trey Sermon, maybe Wayne Gallman
Yeah.
Jr. Do you see our wide receiver room is bizarre? Because we don't know who the third guy's going to be, but like Phil just suggested, we probably haven't seen the third guy yet. He's probably going to arrive
Yeah,
a little bit
exactly.
after June 1st. Go ahead.
I mean, well, there's so many options we have. We have Sanu, Richie James Jr. We talked about that last time, I think.
I know, right? Poor guy. He never gets a chance to play.
And then Jalen Hurd, he's the wild card.
Yeah. Well, he is, isn't he? If he could just show up,
Yeah, but
there wouldn't be any wild card. He's liable to get more throws out there than some of the other. I mean, you never know about him. He's got a lot of potential we haven't seen yet.
I know. If he's injured this year, he's done. Poor guy.
I know. Especially
But
if it's in
I mean,
preseason.
our run, and our run game is going to be freaking fierce.
I know. You look at the offensive line, and you look at the talents behind it. That's going to be brutal.
Yeah. And these freaking idiot trolls, Marketing Pro and whoever the hell's in. Rudy's not here tonight, but do they know that their offensive line is not good at all? How are they going to stop our fierce defensive line? And their defensive line has no depth.
Yeah.
We're going to destroy them. I mean, the only thing is they're going to have Akers, he's a really good running back, and Stafford has a really good arm.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't
These
know.
teams, they don't know how to build a team, Tommy. You build your team from that's why
Exactly.
from the inside. They don't know this. You're not gonna get away with great talents behind no defensive or offensive line. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. And our defense was beautiful in 2020. It was just the offense that was the injuries on the running back. That's how we addressed them.
Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, I still don't know who's going to start. What do you think? It's going to be Mostert or it's going to be?
I don't want Mostert starting. I want that same thing we had. We had
I
Tevin
know.
Coleman. I want Tevin Coleman. We don't have to tell him. We got Gallman. We got Sermon. Between those two, I want them to go in there and bust people up for a minute. And then all of a sudden, second series, third series, doesn't matter how early, you suddenly bring the speedster out there with unreal speed. And now the defense is caught sleeping.
My God. But I'm thinking that Mitchell, the second running back we got in the draft, I'm thinking they could, if they use him on punt return, I think that would be like the secret weapon.
And let Richie James take a break. Because I don't know, I like Richie.
Done shit.
I know, right? I wasn't going to go that far. I think we've had enough of Richie James. Let somebody else do it now.
Yeah, I mean, I love Richie James in the slot. He did really good against Green Bay, and then he had that deep pass against the Seahawks in that last game before the Cardinals, or was it? It was the last game of the season. Yeah.
Yeah. Richie can play. I don't know what Kyle. Kyle must have walked in the locker room one time and saw Richie dressed in drag or something. Richie, what is that?
But if we get Julio, you instantly have to account for him. And now that opens up Ayuk, that opens up Debo, Kittle, and then you have no answer for our offense. I mean, you have no answer. So
Tommy,
no matter how the defense is.
Have you thought about who's got to get cut? If they bring on Julio, we're going to have to get rid of a couple of guys. That's going to be interesting to see. We'll see if Julio really does end up, though. So, Tommy,
Julio cannot go to the NFC West.
I know that. I said that weeks ago. Yes.
Christ.
You got to get him almost strategically to keep him off for any other team. If Julio goes to the Cardinals, Tommy, we got problems. Big problems.
Oh my God! I'm going to have nightmares about that tonight.
Man. Whoa.
All right. Well, I'll let you go then. It's great talking to you as usual.
Thanks, Tommy. Same here. Say goodnight to Anna Marie, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Will do.
All right. Night,
Tommy.
You're
going to be on tomorrow?
Yeah, and Tuesday, because the reporter's going to be out on Tuesday.
Okay.
Tomorrow, it's just going to be a practice, so we're not going to find out much probably, unless some leaks get out. But Tuesday's going to be the day. All right.
All right. I'll see you then.
Looking forward.
Good night.
Fam. Night. So Big Show says, I used to have a tight end. Now I'm a that's not the real one. That's not the real Big Show. That's his alter ego. I can't believe I read it. Show, I'm sorry. I fell into the trap. Oh, God, that was awful. Clarence Molina. There will be competition at every position. Only starters safe. Their positions are Bosa, Kittle, Trent Williams, Fred Warner. Lance gets first-team reps in preseason. Oh, Clarence Williams picked out his starter already. Clarence, thanks for the contribution too, fam. And it's, Grayson's been sitting patiently awaiting. I know he's just chomping at the bit. He's got something he wants to say to us. Grayson, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. So I've done some market research and on my team. Yeah. So
market research.
I'm looking at Eskridge.
Grayson, we have a guy called Market Research in here. Is that you?
No, I'm Rotten Apples. That's the stage name.
Oh, that's you. Okay.
Were you trying to pull a joke there?
You opened up. I said you done some market research. I've seen the name Market Research in here. I think he's a Rams fan, though.
No. Yeah, I already told you my stage name, and you can catch me on Gav, and I'm doing all that kind of content anyway. So I don't want to steal from your show. So here we go. So what about Eskridge? Is he the next Tyreek Hill?
Who? What's his name?
Eskridge. That's who we took in the second round.
Oh, that's right.
And
I saw
the
that.
article.
And I was
and the article that I read compared him to Tyreek Hill just based on his physical attributes.
Yeah.
Of course, he hasn't actually played in the NFL, and whether or not that's going to translate. He was playing for was like West Michigan or something.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what Seattle does because Jordan Brooks will be in his second year, and then Jamal Adams will be his first full year. And I don't know. I see the division is really tough, and then we have Shane Waldron here. So I guess he was coach for over at the Rams. So I'm excited for what the Seahawks seem to win. Now I saw one of your audience members. They said, "Hey, if Pete Carroll doesn't win at least 2 playoff games, he's out." And I agree. I think it's time for him to win.
Is that conversation getting a lot of attention? I mean, is that a conversation that's pretty much rolling?
I think so. I think a lot of people are sick. They're sick of Pete. They want to see Pete win. They want to hear how he's going to deliver because we go to the playoffs. We get to the playoffs and then we lose. And then we just like sputter out. And no one wants to go all the way to the playoffs, have a really good regular season, and then all of a sudden just drop out, without a fight.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost to Green Bay. We lost to the prima donna.
Yeah.
And we lost to Aaron Rodgers.
And it's got to be frustrating to see the team can do well during the regular season. And then you get that, as soon as you get that sick feeling, as soon as the first round of the playoffs come out, they're going to survive this. That's got to be interesting.
Right. Well, that's because last year, Chris Carson got hurt, Rashad Penny got hurt. Our whole running game got crushed. And so we had no running game. And, of course, Russell Wilson's always running for his life. He's holding on the ball for 14 seconds. He's trying to find someone open. Lockett's down there, and he's trying to throw the ball down there. And we can't rely just on Metcalf. Although Metcalf, did you see him? He ran a 10.39, and in order to qualify for Olympics, he had to run a 10.2. He was really close. Plus, he's got a lot of muscle too, so he's not like a Usain Bolt. So that he's getting up there. But I'm looking forward to Eskridge. I think that'll be a good gadget player, maybe a guy running out of the backfield, doing a lot of screens and smoke screens and this kind of stuff. I think we were kind of lacking on that. A lot of valves for Russell Wilson to get out there and maybe get 5-7 yards without getting smashed by some like a Bosa, that guy, or JJ Watt, who's over in Arizona now.
That's got to be painful. Hey, also you got a new offensive coordinator. Is that right?
Right. That's Shane Waldron. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about him other than he was for the Rams. And the Rams had a great offense, with Goff, and I shouldn't say great, but Woods and Cam Akers, they were putting numbers together, and they had a couple of good seasons. They had some good personnel, good team.
Here's the thing: when you look at Russell Wilson, I don't know, maybe the new offensive coordinator had something to do with it, but the first thing he did was got another offensive weapon. Russell Wilson was sitting up in the booth during the Super Bowl looking like the face said it all. Russ is wondering why he's not in that Super Bowl, right? And because of things like I have no say in what goes on with the personnel pickings. Now, do you think Russ wanted a wide receiver, or was he looking more toward a premier offensive lineman?
No, so this is the problem with Russell Wilson having an offensive line is that if he has a really good offensive lineman, he can't look over. Russell Wilson's on the shorter side.
I thought that was a joke.
That's a part of the problem.
Is that true?
I think so. Russell Wilson's a great athlete, a great competitor. I think him and Aaron Rodgers are about maybe the same as far as skill, talent, and level, and they're just different players, of course. Yeah. But and I like speculating on that trade. I know it's not going to happen, but I think the reason they can't get a really good offensive lineman and they can't spend a lot of money there is partly because of his salary demand, but also because he's just a shorter guy. He's just a short guy. He can't go. Serious. I'm serious.
I've just never entertained that thought that maybe Seattle doesn't want to get a lot of big guys out there in the offensive line because Russ can't see.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's got to roll out, and they're doing like the Broncos thing where they do the bootleg or whatever. But that's not going to work every time, and it's hard for him to stand in the pocket. So that's Russell's weakness in his game. He has some really good decision-making ability. He's a great athlete, and he does throw the ball really well and really strong. But if you can't look over the offensive lineman, well,
what is the point? Well, let's tell you what, we're gonna have to go. Interesting points tonight. You can go ahead and hang out as you did last. That was pretty funny.
Right. I'm doing my own thing. But Hey, listen, I think Jimmy G has got a chance to really show them that he's got what it takes. But this is his last year, I think. If he doesn't make it here, I think he's going to run.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right. Tell you what, we'll talk to you later, and have a great night.
All right, you too, man.
All right. There he goes. And no, it's fun. I'd like to see Rudy sitting there and also a Cardinal representative. It's interesting. Let's. Hey, Mike.
Yo, Ronbo.
Mike, come on in, Mike, as we're looking at the storylines that are developing with the 49ers right now. Nick Bosa is like, the guy could like sit on a throne right now. They're looking at Niner Empire. You put Nick up there because Nick is pivotal for what's going to happen to the 49ers this year. He unlocks game for Javon, for Eric Armstead, for also DJ Jones, some of the other guys that we got, even the other edge rusher for that matter. I don't know how good Ibukum's going to be or if he's going to start, but Nick is key, And then you go beyond that and you look at the offensive line with Trey, with Williams. You figure with him and Alex Mack, all of a sudden our offensive line is a perfect blend of experience and power and strength and just you look at the rookie Banks. All you have to do is get him incorporated, and my God, that offensive line is going to just dominate. And of course, you got the Trey versus Jimmy. I'm kind of like Vegas. I don't see Jimmy being. One of the reasons why Jimmy's so comfortable, I think, with Trey Lance, he doesn't seem the least bit intimidated. But we'll see what happens with that. Jimmy could get a rude awakening all of a sudden, too. And then the running backs. Mike, the running backs, we've got so many. There's a lot of high-quality talent in that room, too. How do you see these storylines working out?
Bruh, the upgrades that we have, I'm looking at the 2019 season we made that run. We upgraded at left tackle, at center, and right guard, I believe, which is going to help Jimmy a lot because Staley was kind of at the end of his career. He wasn't always healthy that season. He's battling bad knees for years. And Alex Mack will be an upgrade from Richburg, who got hurt in that Saints game, by the way. So he was out for the rest of the season at that point. And Pearson, it's not dependable. So and then as far as our running back goes, I like Mozart, dude, because look, we play, Kyle's Kitchen, like I'm always saying, playing out of that 2-1 personnel. If you go look at a lot of the tape, it's always 2-1, and so they'll come out in 21 personnel, and the defense is forced to put in certain formation. That all of a sudden we're an empty set, and they're like, what the f? What are we supposed to do here? Right? Because he'll put Juice up at the line. Juice is a threat in the passing game. Believe it or not, he can.
Of course,
he can complement
some great grabs. And then you go into those pre-snap movements, and now the defense is sitting there like, oh my God, what? Don't freeze, guys. That's all you can do.
Dude. I'm excited to see all these guys. I think as far as the defense goes, it's a new system, but I think we're gonna have a better secondary than what we had. Because get Harris out of there, send him to the Jags. Balky wants him. That Saints game, dude, he missed tackle after that, blown coverage, missed coverage in the end zone, and he's trying to strip the ball out, and the guy's 5 yards in the end zone. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Come on.
Mike, you heard Balky is interested in Marcel?
No, I'm saying he can go there because I'm sure he would be scrub.
Yeah. Oh, God. He got better, though. After that Saints game, he wasn't Barrett's, but he did get a little better in coverage. But go ahead.
If Kinlaw can mimic Defoe's production, I think our line and our linebackers are going to be what they were with the better secondary. I would think that they could get rolling. We'll just have to see what Ryan. It's not like it's his first year with the team.
Yeah, right?
He already knows the personnel and what they can do. And as far as wide receiver, do you, in your opinion, think IU can produce as E-Man did in 2019?
Now he can. Last year, he had to come in. He's going down this dark tunnel in the NFL with a flashlight. He's out in the light now. And you know what? I think teams are going to put a little added pressure on him, especially after week 2. So that's going to help Debo out. That's going to help out whoever else is out in the field between the 2 wide receivers. And George Kittle will finally have somebody that can clear a path for him. I think Ayuk has a huge year.
Yep, exactly. So we just need someone to basically replace Bourne. If we can get Hurd or Sanu to be on the field, you know, like not considering we don't get Jones. You know, they, like we were saying earlier, they may go get a receiver.
That's a
as
whole
far as Marquise Lee goes, I'm pretty sure they've heard something from the doctors about him because in 2019 he tore his ACL, MCL, and PCL all at once.
I know. Well, you know, he was out there for a while. And he was performing not too badly. I thought there may have been another issue. You think it was a physical issue, though?
No, they didn't want to take risk on him.
Oh, yeah. And then there could be that. But why bring him in the first place? Maybe they were made aware of these things. No, they knew
Maybe
about
they
that
didn't
before.
do their due diligence on him or something.
Well, that's
didn't
terrible.
know.
You got to do that. So, yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm just excited to see new plays from Kyle. You know, and what he's cooking up. He's always got something unique that the league hasn't seen before. A fullback read option, double reverse pass. Just watch the defense. They don't know where the ball's going. You can't prepare for one running back because you don't know what he's going to game plan each week. It's a new playbook each week. It's same verbiage, but new plays.
New plays. You know what's so funny? Kyle has adaptations on that misdirection play he runs every year. I almost it's such a rush. You see the offensive line, you see the flow going one way, and suddenly it's like somebody just hit the brakes, and they're like in sync swimmers. The whole offensive line shifts in sync back the other way. The ball's going the other way too. The defense has been taken in the wrong direction. You got a guy like Mostert. There's no possible way to recover.
Because the defense has certain responsibilities they have to do, and he plays off of that, you know. So yeah, it's great.
But you have to time it right,
man. Jimmy, if he's healthy, we know he can win, right? 5 games in 2017. However, how many? 18 or 17?
2019.
How many did we win in 2019?
Yeah, 18, 15, 3, 1, 2, 3, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, that's right. 13-3, and then 3 games in the, 2 games, 15, 13, 14, 15,
games, 15, yeah.
Yeah, the Super Bowl loss.
Yeah, so, you know, if he's healthy, he runs a very complex offense. It's not easy to do. I just want him to be a little more free. In 2017, there's a play that he came up to the line, and they did not get the play in. And so Jimmy said, we're running QB sneak.
Yeah,
he said, we're running QB sneak. They're like, we don't have that. He's like, we're running the effing play. They run to the line, and he jumps in, and they're like, Kyle's like, what'd you call? He's like, I form QB sneak.
And, you know, the thing is, then Kyle tells the media, well, you know, he goes off schedule. Well, Kyle, if you know he has that ability, why'd you let him run off schedule from now on? He doesn't have to do the whole thing off schedule. But anyway, Mike, that's just another conversation. We're going to go now, though. Let's see you tomorrow.
All right, Ronbo. I appreciate the shout-out in the chat earlier.
Hey.
Shout-out to you and production. There's nothing like it, dude.
Thanks, man. Talk to you later. Mike sounds like a riot's going on. I love it. Hey, Mike.
Appreciate it.
Well, it's a big show. It's a big show. You know what's really funny? If the other show calls in, the show always comes in. I know him immediately as soon as his voice. What if the other guy comes in and tries to imitate show? We're going to throw him out.
First of all, that other guy needs to get a life and a new hobby. Secondly,
he likes your show.
I know. Anyways, first of all, congratulations to Phil on winning that money. I mean, man, that's impossible to predict, especially in golf. I mean,
know, because it's such a it's
an up and down sport. Like,
calculate that.
1 minute you can be 600 leading the tournament, and the next minute you can be even. Even par. You know what I mean? So
absolutely, your nerves could go nuts from the beginning of that game to the first shot to the last round and last hole. God, 19.
Yeah, and congratulations to Phil Mickelson too. He's one of my favorite golfers next to Tiger. That dude is 50 years old and just won a major tournament, which is extremely hard to do. And before anyone goes and says on golf Ronbo, that sport's been around since the 15th century. So
Oh, yeah.
it's a real, you know what I mean? Like,
didn't it start in Scotland?
It's fun to play. Yeah, Scotland. It's fun to play with your buddies too, and just have a good time after work or whatever. And it's a very relaxing and enjoyable sport to watch.
And the beauty of those greens and those courses, some of them.
Oh, exactly. Oh my goodness, the scenery. And Tiger Woods brought that sport back to life. I don't care what anybody says.
With a whole new attitude. Fist pumping?
Yeah.
Nobody fist pumps in golf.
Exactly.
That was funny. But
anyways, can I get to the Julio Jones really quick?
Sure.
Ronbo, because I didn't get a chance to call in on that night. I would love to have him, but realistically, I don't think it's going to become a reality. But if we do get him, it's going to have the same effect as on Jimmy and Trey Lance as Stephon Diggs did to Josh Allen about improving his game a lot. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
I think we should. I think we should get him. And the receiver that Phil was thinking about earlier, it was Jamison Crowder from the Jets.
That's
who
right.
could be a casualty of the June 1st cutoff list or whatever. Cap casualties. Anthony Miller is also somebody to look out for, and also I think we should go get another second tight end to back up Kittle like we did with Reed. And that person to look out for is Zach Ertz from the Eagles because they have yet to find a trade partner for him. So
I was just because how much do you think he's going to cost?
Not that much, probably vet minimum because he's up there in age and he's not going to be that expensive. So
why won't the Eagles just keep him? The Eagles are just a very strange team, but anyway.
But as far as the players looking out for this off season, I'm not too focused on the starters. I'm more focused on the draft picks that we got this year. Taylor Borton, who's probably going to potentially be Lincoln Tomlinson's replacement if we don't sign him next year. I want to look to see what he does at left guard in preseason. Aaron Banks, our right guard this year.
Yeah.
And the two running backs, Mitchell and Sermon, are people I'm more interested in, and Lenore and Thomas as well. Because I think Lenore and Thomas got drafted where they got drafted a little bit low. I think they would have been a little higher draft picks if they didn't sit out in 2020. So I think those would be. I think those two. Yeah, I think they would have been. I think they are going to be late round steals. Thomas and Lenore, because they're really good cornerbacks.
Because Lenore is ridiculous, and Thomas apparently that's a lockdown corner. If he's scared Lance like that just during practice, what? You didn't even throw that way? You couldn't find any way to get that ball out there? It depends on who the receiver was too. A lot of it depends on the receiver too. So we're going to see more. He's going to be tested.
Thomas had Kwity Paye as an edge rusher while he was in college, and imagine what he could do with Nick Bosa.
Whoa. I didn't know that. See, this is why you got to know where these guys come from and what they've seen and what they've dealt with. Kwity Paye is about as good a training as you're going to get as far as the college things from last year.
So, anyways, Rumble, that's kind of all I had tonight. And shout out to the TNT fam. Y'all take care, and don't talk ill about golf until you actually get to an event and play it.
No, I saw the chat.
I don't understand why it gets so much hate, Ronbo. It's really good. Like a lot of people go to it. There's like over 70,000 fans in some area. Like, you know what I mean? So
the greens are a beautiful place.
Exactly.
You just got to be quiet out there. There's no cheering, or like Tiger Woods.
Only when you're allowed to.
Yeah.
And he'll kick your ass out of the course.
Yeah. And you see a guy you don't want to win. Hi! As he's getting ready to shoot.
Exactly.
Excuse me, sir.
All right,
hey, I'm out. Okay, I know.
All right.
Shake. I mean, show. I do that to you every time. Show. I'll see you tomorrow.
I know. You guys do that to us. You do that to us. All right, take care.
All right, fam. Night. Their names start with SH. It's your mouth doesn't let you take. It takes over. Jashawn, come on in, Jashawn.
Oh, Ronbo, what's going on, big man?
Deshaun, man. Deshaun, we're enjoying watching as the drama unfolds. We're watching the players and the cast. The stage has already been set. This is going to be interesting. All next week should be very funny because the 49ers are not waiting. They're not waiting for drills in a couple of 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. The 49ers, they're coming in tomorrow to take notes. Gosh, really? Damn, it's May. We ain't even through with May. And so, you got Nick sitting up there and how's his impact going to have on Javon Kinlaw and some of the guys that are going to want to play next to Nick. And then you got the Trey versus Jimmy thing going on. Although a lot of people don't see that as being anything more than, just something you should probably get over. But we're going to see. I hope Trey comes in and puts a hell of a fight. And then, of course, the running back room. I would rank the running back room probably number one. That is going to be interesting. Mostert and, of course, Jeffrey Wilson Jr., they should have this wrapped up. But let's see how that looks when they start running drills, right? And, of course, you got the, what is it, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Oh, D'Amico. Hey, Deshaun, can D'Amico, everybody's been wondering if D'Amico, because Robert Saleh, we already got used to Robert, knowing Robert can handle whatever they're doing out there. Robert is probably going to outcoach the offense. What do you see happening for D'Amico and everybody else we just mentioned?
Well, if you look at D'Amico Ryan played outside linebacker with the Houston Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Houston Texans had they went with a 3-4 defense with him and JJ and Brian Cushing.
Mm-hmm.
That's right there. I don't think he might have some problems with that four-man rush. If you talking or he gonna have to the only thing he may have to survive. The only thing he had to survive is going to have to be with D4 being healthy because D4 and Bosa can provide the speed on the edge. Now I don't know about Arden Key. I don't think he had the speed.
I forgot about him.
D4 is our only. He's our only help up that line because D'Amico Ryan was dealing with speed when he was in Houston.
Mm-hmm. I forgot. I keep forgetting about Arden Key. Because we're still probably going to watch. Kasurik is probably still going to watch a lot of the same principles. But you know something, Javon? You bring up something there. If D'Amico starts running, it's going to be a hybrid defense on various situations, right? I see D'Amico making some switches out there. I figured Nick is going to be on the field all the time because Nick, don't matter what kind of defensive system you put him in, he's going to be the dude. And then he's going to piece around him certain guys in certain situations. Him and Kasurik can formulate a lot of devastating defenses. That's a good point, Deshaun. This ain't D'Amico's expertise. Yes. He's got expertise in something else, which is a good thing because he learns a lot from Saleh running that 4-3, though.
Yes. And don't forget, too, Ebicon got this speed outside rush, too, so maybe you can put Ebicon at outside linebacker and let Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw play the other side.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have a lot of speed, and I don't think a lot of running backs ain't gonna be getting outside.
Right.
Not Russell Wilson.
Lateral pursuit is gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah. Don't forget, Ronbo, crossing Tart. Tart can play the run a lot too.
Mm-hmm. And he did a lot last year. Oh, you got the right guy in the box for the run. And Kwaski's good on coverage, too. What I like about Kwaski, he just can't keep his arms and legs from breaking. But otherwise, boy, that defensive, that could be interesting. You also got the Shark out there, too. Deshaun, you and I considered for an hour putting packages together that you and I both know would just kick some serious butt.
Oh, yes, and I'm ready. And I got my eyes and ears open for the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Seattle belongs to Dre Greenlaw. He loves playing Hawks.
Oh yes. Now, I tell you what too. I think Evercon, He loves playing the Seahawks too. Because remember, they didn't when I knocked them out of the playoffs last year.
Did he pick somebody off?
He knocked out the Seahawks in the first round. Well, forget that now.
That's what Grayson was just talking about. They're talking about him in Seattle right now. They're sick and tired of him rolling up good regular seasons only to get his butt handed to him in the first round, second round, most playoffs.
Oh yeah, but now his time is up now, so I think we're gonna sweep him this year. We're gonna and that corner, R.B. Thomas, woo, boy, I think he can have a good time. I think he's gonna have a good time with DJ Metcalf.
Oh, that's right. You want somebody in man coverage? We got one. That's right.
Yes, sir. Actually, we got two in Lamar. I mean, I heard Matt Jokel say something about Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders he was giving Lamar some props.
Lenore, I want to see if that continues through preseason. Lenore is ridiculous. At the line of scrimmage, if you think you're going to explode off that line of scrimmage unmolested, think again. That's Lenore. That dude, I just hope he doesn't get flagged, but he is vicious. Come blazing down through there. He's all over you, and he bounces off you like he's on a yo-yo string. As soon as the defender throws him off, he's back on him. I mean, on him now.
Yeah. Intercepted that ball, too.
Yeah, I know. What kind of reflexes? That's not even human.
Yeah, that's right. Like a plane.
I can't wait.
All right, Ronbo. I ain't gonna hold you up, man. But I hope I hear from you tomorrow.
You will, John. Hey, great to hear from you tonight too. See you tomorrow. All right.
All right. Yes,
night,
sir.
fam.
Yep.
Yeah, I see. Lenore is like, it's hard to believe what I seen, but they said he did that to everybody in camp, and can you imagine Marquise Lee? Dude, man, I couldn't show him nothing because they had that mother. You know how dudes talk. Lenore, man, I want to play that dude again. You can get a chance. You gotta get him against somebody else. Hey, Ellis, is Ellis on the phone? It's his birthday today.
Ronbo, can you give me just a few minutes?
Okay, because yesterday was his birthday. I'll be here. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, and forget about it. TNT's latest edition. Later, Mike.
Forget about it. There we go. Here we go. What's going on, Ronbo? How the hell are you tonight over there?
Fabulous, man. It's weekend time. I've never had a weekend, as I say, I've never had a weekend I didn't like. You know, those moments you can just throw yourself down on the sofa because nothing means nothing at that particular time and pass out. You know what's so funny?
You know,
Mike, do you like golf? What I like to do on my favorite naps in the afternoon is put on that PGA action and just watch that TV just flash green as that guy's kind of talking. And that's kind of nice drive. Ooh, bounces into a good spot. And I just, but
that's
you
right,
Phil
Ronbo.
wants some money
That's
today,
right.
though.
Hey, look, I heard I heard Philly Boy said
What's
he
a
wants
big
some money on
bucks?
Philly Boy, huh?
Yes. Yes.
That
That's why I
must
bet
have
on him, too.
That
Phil
must
on
have been
Phil.
That must have been a nice little payday. So congratulations
$6,000.
over there, Chill Pill Phil. Glad you got your bag today, my friend. That's what it's all about. All right, that's what it's all about.
Damn right. Well, Mike.
Well, hey, Ronbo, look here. We are here. I'm pulling it up right now.
All right.
I figure before we forget or anything. All right, let's go over the deal here. So what are you thinking about, Ronbo? What game do you want to go see personally out of all the games on here? Which one's a standout to you, Ronbo?
Too early, Mike. You too early to ask this question because you know why? Because you're going to want to see the game that after about 4 or 5 weeks, the game that all of a sudden means something. Who do we play in week 6? I'm just calling week 6 as an arbitrator.
We got a bye week. We got the bye week 6.
Oh, we got bye week of 6.
After that, it's the Colts. It's the Colts at home coming off the bye week.
Hey. Mike, you know what? That's probably going to be the game of the season.
You think so, Ronbo, against the Colts? Carson Wentz.
But because he's surrounded by a lot of talent, though, you know.
Yeah.
What's his
He's
name?
surrounded by a lot of talent.
What's his name? Just sucked as a quarterback. I mean, he should have quit 2 years ago. I mean, the guy could not get it done.
Definitely. Well, hey, look, you say the word Ronbo, and listen, it's also a Sunday night game, just so you know.
See, you can't get better than that.
Yeah, see, you know what? I think I'm right there with you, Ronbo. I think I'm agreeing with you. So it sounds like a plan. You want me to lock that one in, Ronbo? We'll get it set up for that.
Don't lock it in. I'm not sure if I can do this, but we'll talk about it more. But yeah.
All right, Ron. Well, look, we got to get it situated now, because here's the thing, right? When we start winning those games, the friggin' the prices of the tickets, they go up like the lottery when everyone loses. You know what I mean?
That's right. It's criminal. They ought to stop doing that to people.
I like to
get.
Yeah, no, definitely. I like to get all of them. Usually, I get all my tickets a few months ahead. The only ones, obviously, is the playoffs. I got to wait for. But anyway, it sounds good to me. I'm open, Ronbo. I can't wait to do it. I think we're gonna have some fun with that. And I'm all the way around. I think that it's setting up to be a nice season, Ronbo.
It looks like
it just all comes back to what everyone always knows, and that's we just got to stay healthy. That's it. You know what I mean? We got to stay healthy. Otherwise, forget about it. All right? You can't make no freaking plans. You can't make no assumptions or anything like that. But I'm going to assume this, and Joseph Smiley and the Seahawks Payne, the Seahawks Lame out there, and what was the other? Who's the other bum? There's another Rudy Poo. Rudy Poo. All you bum. This is what you can count on. If the 49ers trot out on the field when we play you and we're healthy. Yes. Well, you can count on we're going to kick your ass. That's what you can count on, all right? So all of you, you know what I mean? They can all count on that, Ronbo, all right? And look, I don't want them to think that I'm just, talking trash or talking out of my ass, because I'm really not. I'm just being honest. I'm trying to set them up.
I agree.
So they don't get so so they don't get so freaking heartbroken. When we get down into September and October, and they get all heartbroken, Rudy stops calling in. Joseph doesn't show up no more. Joe Blow, they go back. You know what I mean? And so I just want to get ahead of the curve. And tell all those lames. Yeah, I just got to tell all those lames, all the degenerate bums, you know what I mean? The rest of the Stunard gang out there. All he is just got to deal with the fact that the division belongs to us. And if it wasn't for the injury bugs and it wasn't for some of the bullshit we've had happen, none of you would even sniff a conference championship game, or none of you would even sniff a divisional title, all right? None of you. Let's
Mike,
get it straight.
We could have saved the Hawks a lot of misery last year had we been healthy, because they wouldn't have to make it all the way to the playoffs just to get handed an ass whooping again in the playoffs.
Again, Ronbo, again. And how many times do we got to watch the Lambs get exposed in prime time in a playoff game? You know what I mean? Where they just get beat up. They just show up and get beat up. It's just lame. You know what I mean? And you can't do nothing about. We can't do nothing about it, Ronbo. I can't do anything about that. I can't help that the Lambs suck. You know what I mean? I can't do it.
Organizational flaws. Yeah.
Organizational flaws, absolutely. And when you got the Keebler Elf as your head coach up there in the Pacific Northwest, all right, then you really are just on a hope and a prayer, and they know it. They've been knowing it. They're as good as Russell Wilson, Ronbo, and Russell Wilson's getting old. Russell Wilson's getting tired of getting hit. And Russell Wilson even got a season off last year from getting hit by Nicky Bosa. He's going to get racked out by Nicky Bosa this year. You can believe that.
It's too short.
I mean, we did so many friggin' favors last year for all those bums. We tried it out the year after we was in the Super Bowl, and we literally lost half of our team to IR, and still none of the three degenerates in our freaking division could do anything with it. They couldn't even get to the championship game.
Mike put that all in perspective.
You know what I mean? Loserville.
Mike, we've had so much fun. We're out of time. Mike, I'm going to tell you that.
All right, Ronbo. All right.
Look forward to tomorrow.
No worries,
and the
Ronbo.
next day.
Definitely. I'm going to call him. But look, you need to look at your schedule and let Nine and Mike know what the deal is so I can get us all situated and locked in, and we'll We'll get it all. I like to go over there by 40 water, Ronbo. So them seats, you know what I mean? You got to get on them quick. You know the ambassador over there. That's where I like to sit, right over there by the 40 water, man. So you let me know, Ronbo, and we'll get it all locked in. All right.
All right, now to Mikey. But all right, fam. In the
all
meantime,
right.
I'll see you tomorrow. All right.
All right, I appreciate it, Ronbo. Shout out to the faithful out there. Love all of you. Hope you have a good week. I'll talk up with you tomorrow, Ronbo.
All right, Mike. Great to hear from you as usual.
All right, forget about it. All right.
All right, fam. There's Niner Mike. And 49ers, all the report says Ronbo and Niner Mike are special on them these days. Mike's so much fun. Hey, matter of fact, John, here comes your favorite guy, too. Your other favorite guy, then. He's on. I need to ask him.
It's Niners all day.
There you go.
And he's back. Yeah. So, a lot's been going. Yeah. What's going on, Ronbo? A lot been going on out here, man.
It's like, you go to that party where they go set it up right. It's going to be late night. It's after hours. That's what's going on in Levi Stadium right now. The guys are coming in tomorrow getting ready to party. And they don't even allow the media in tomorrow. The media can come in Tuesday. We serious on Monday,
Yeah, it's work day. It's just like the regular season. The season starts now. And that's why I like that attitude. You feel me? Get them ready. And the way I've seen, so the guy, Trey Lance, right? Yeah. Seeing how George Kittle was looking at him when he was doing the first team reps, right? Just paying attention to him. Like, I got my eye on you, kid. Out there, do your thing now, man. We out here. We got your back.
Yes.
And, I want to see, that's one thing to look out for is seeing how that quarterback room is going to look.
There's only two people. Wait a minute, I'm talking about. I forgot about them. It's so funny, Norm. Now, Rosen and whatever his name is, Sudfeld, they can't get no love. It's embarrassing. People talk about Lance and Jimmy, of course, but nobody plays Sudfeld and figure they're out of here. One of them's not going to make it anyway.
Man, it's crazy. Like, and with that going on, you got the O-line. Like another person I was looking at was seeing Mike McGlinchey. They said he got up to 320.
I guess that. He's got to be 320. Mike looks huge compared to last year.
Yeah, like did he go back to the meat? Is he eating turkey burgers now? Is he eating his turkey burgers? Because I like turkey burgers. Those are very good. They will bulk you up, but in a healthy way. And I hope he has the strength that he had in 2019. You feel me? So we can get that run game, be right there with Aaron Banks, Alex Mack, that whole O-line, that entire O-line. I'm looking for that one. That's gonna be nice.
I could have helped out eventually though, because I got some relatives down in the Louisiana area. They don't know when to quit eating.
So Elijah Mitchell is another one I want to look at as well. Like they said, he's the best pass catching running back.
Yeah, that's a strong.
And he's fast. And you see how fast he was. See how fast he can cut the routes. Guy run. He's gonna be looking like a chicken out there, just on the field. Just they can't catch him. You can't take his head off. And he's just gonna be catching the egg. You're gonna be gone. It's like
Tyreek Hill.
You catch a mouse. You try to catch a mouse with a broom. That's what. It's gonna be a little speed guy just speeding around the field.
That never works. It never works. The mouse knows you're getting ready to hit him. He's gone before you even swing down. Hate that. I want to pull out a gun. All right, I'll run this. Shoot the house up. Get the neighbors. Hell. I like that, Norm. Great analogy. Norm, Norm got a freeze frame on us. Oh. Norm, are you using a... No, go ahead.
Most might like it. Offense. The defense was something I was looking at. That's going to be a stepping stone. That's going to be a stepping stone for us in the year. Because Niner Mike brought up something. He was talking about the Colts game. Remember y'all was talking about that Colts game. Yeah. And I think the Niners defense is going to stand out in that game.
You think so? I hope so. Because that's going to be a test. No, where you at today? Your connection is really having some struggling. Norm? Norm's had awesome connections for the last, I don't know how long. And today's the first day that.
Yeah, am I good now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Defense is gonna be the highlight of the season. Yeah, that's where. And then because I'm thinking about those secondary. The secondary is what's really going to those young backs and safeties. That's the one thing I'm gonna keep an eye on as well.
Oh, everybody, man, I can't wait to see Lenore, boy.
It's gonna be good.
Boy.
And also, like with the stadiums being at full capacity, I want to see how the faithfuls turn out this year. You feel me? That's gonna be the big thing that I want to see is how the fans gonna react with with this quarterback controversies and everything else going on, and being able to come back outside after a year being down. It's gonna be fun to watch. Good season though. Good season though. And the chicken fans. The last thing I'm gonna say is these chicken fans. I was
all up and down
hanging
the
out with my
chat
sister.
like they got a right to be here. Y'all don't own no property in here, man. Oh.
I was hanging out with my sister last night, right? And we was watching the Cardinals versus Seahawks, like the Week 10 game last year. And my sister just looked. She was like, "I think the Seahawks are gonna be trash this year." Like, and I just
did she watch football normally?
She watches football. She's a diehard Niners fan. She's just like I am.
I love hearing observations from people like that who don't normally just keep an eye on the game, right? And then they come in, and you can take that seriously when they look at the team and say, they don't look that very good, do they?
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. So, yeah, that'll be fun to watch, too. So I hope y'all ready for that.
Always ready. Anytime we're getting ready to play the Hawks, it's always time.
Last time they got the division title, they got smacked in the first round. They don't know how to handle a division title. We got to come back in there and show them how to be division. We at least make it to the Super Bowl and lose, not in the first round of the playoffs.
All right.
Man,
I mean,
we passed that. We bypassed that one. We were that good.
That's why I didn't want to go last year. You know?
That's all I got to say.
All right, fam. Good stuff, too. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, and we gonna keep it raw and uncut for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna really show y'all how we gonna just knock things down, and be careful for the news that y'all hear. Release yourselves from these genjutsus. If y'all didn't know by the off season, hope you know now.
Yes, indeed. My God. Reporters. All right, Norm. See you tomorrow, fam. And you know what Norm says about the media, you almost have to appreciate Grant Cohn even more. Grant doesn't make things up. He just tells you how he feels. I know. All right. Hey, the real 49ers on the report, otherwise known as John, has a message. Lambs fans lose to the winless Jets and injured Jimmy G and Mullins. I love those kind of records that we keep. Thanks. Thanks, John, for that contribution, too. Ellis.
Oh,
Ellis, you good?
Yes, sir.
Let me break into song. I already have the juice. Allow me to.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
What would we do without the grape? Happy Niners birthday to my man Ellis. Happy Niners birthday, Ellis. Happy Niners birthday to one of everybody's favorite dad, Ellis. Happy Niners. Birthday to my dude, Ellis.
Yeah. I appreciate that, my brother. Now, that's an intro. Yeah.
Ellis, I just hope yesterday was a whole lot of fun, man. You know? Was it?
Yeah. No, go ahead.
No, I said, was yesterday cool? Because yesterday was your birthday, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it was. Thank you. I appreciate it greatly. Yeah, just enjoyed the time with my kids. You know, some people like to, go hang out and, live it up, do it big and stuff like that. But I chose this year, man, to spend a day with my kids. You know what I mean?
It's outstanding, too.
Yeah, it was that year. Thank you. I appreciate it, and it was just that time. So I was blessed, and, thank God for another one. I appreciate you, brother, for the intro. Thank you again.
My pleasure, Ellis.
Thank you, Greg.
Well, the storyline's developing.
How we looking?
Yeah, I mean, the storyline's developing in camp. I mean, tomorrow, the 49ers, my word is, the 49ers are coming in taking notes from day one, OTAs. That's OTAs, man. We usually come in and stretch and train, everybody getting familiar with each other, get your locker, get develop the rapport, Business is underway starting tomorrow. 49ers going to be making some determinations starting tomorrow. And you look at Trey versus Jimmy. You look at the running back room. Those are going to be the biggest things going on. The running back room is especially going to be dramatic. D'Amico, spotlight on him as the new head coach for the defense, because Robert Saleh and Kyle used to go at it. I think they used to be seriously nasty last year. I think they never talked about it much, but Kyle and Robert, I bet they were serious when they came out to practice. So, you got D'Amico now. It's D'Amico versus Kyle. Spotlight's going to be on him, too. So, how do you see this going on?
Well, I mean, I didn't get a chance to check in much of the storylines, but, I feel confident in D'Amico. I know I talked about it last time. That was something more than maybe the show before last. That was something I was kind of excited just to see, how he's able to utilize our guys. And I think it'll be a little bit more aggressive. I know we started to notice that where Saleh was improving a lot in his defense, I think, or just in my opinion, that he started to, utilize like Shark on the blitzes a lot more. He was doing more blitzes just in general, applying pressure at the necessary times against the necessary offenses and quarterbacks and what have you. And we were benefiting from it. And it should have kind of been, something he utilized maybe a bit sooner, but the fact that he made the adjustments was the honorary part and what, I give him his flowers for. And I think D'Amico's going to do the same thing, man. If he doesn't, then I think he'll make the adjustments necessary, quickly, because, our offense is going to be explosive. I just feel like, we're not going to take any shorts there whatsoever. And this probably might be the best. I'm hoping, and I'm just speaking into existence, hopefully we can get, Kyle to get, break all his records as far as offenses, since he's been a coordinator and, just everything, just been, doing offenses this entire time. Hopefully we can get up there this year, for him, he can break some records, even within his own little book, And
Ellis,
yes, sir.
Speak to this part too. You got a lot of running backs, and all of them seemingly have different qualities. And we're already used to what we know what Mostert's going to do. We know what Jeffrey Wilson Jr. is going to do. We do not know exactly how Trey Sermon's going to fit in yet. They've got to get used to some things. They got to get used to the offensive line timing. They've got to get the verbiage down. They got to get Kyle Shanahan's that formula he's got out there. These are tough things for a rookie to come in and step right into, but they're going to be taking notes. Those guys should have been studying, I guess, for the last couple of 2-3 weeks, right? So they got to come in there. You got Elijah Mitchell does a very good job out of the backfield. He's quick. You've also got Wayne Gallman Jr. I mean, this is going to be an interesting. That room is loaded. Don't forget about last year. Jermichael Hastings is involved.
Yeah.
I mean, we got.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a lot of running backs. How many will be keeping, and who's going to get a job? This is going to be very interesting. That room. Because I want to keep the ball.
Yeah.
Running backs.
Yeah, it's crazy because, we kind of got our pick. We got an assortment, a collective of really solid, strong, fast, just explosive guys. And, I think Gallman, I'm not sure what he's used to running offensively, but maybe Jermichael Hastings got a little leg up on him as far as the offense. I'm not sure. I don't know what he's used to running and being a part of. So I don't know. Maybe.
Let me just help you out with that real quick. 600 yards last year behind a bad offensive line. Now he's got a good offensive line.
Yeah, we played them.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, that looks like he's going to be. If he's not on the block to get sent in a package for Julio or something, then he's going to probably be a Niner, and he'll probably be in a rotation. I think, between him and Mostert, and Hefe, I think they'll all be, sharing carries. And then we got Sermon,
Trey.
we still got Trey, and we still got Elijah. So I'm thinking Kyle might start utilizing Elijah for like certain specialty, plays and really expanding and using him. But I think he's like a Mostert, but I think he's a lot better because he catches the ball out of the backfield crazy like a like a jet, you know what I mean? Yeah, like a receiver, of course, but like a Jet McKinnon. So I think Kyle's going to get he's going to get what he wanted out of Jet McKinnon, maybe out of Elijah, Mitchell.
I think that's exactly why I picked him up.
That's very exciting. Yeah. So I'm excited, fam. I don't know. Hopefully, maybe Jermichael will probably be on the practice squad because he had that injury. He's probably back and ready to go though. So it's just kind of gonna depend. You know what I mean? Hopefully he doesn't get cut, but he might be the odd man out. Considering what it's looking like right now with consistency, strength, durability. The fact that Gallman's already coming off 600 plus yards, like you just said, and all that. I don't think Jermichael will be able to. I don't know.
You know, hang with that group.
And I love him because we hadn't even had a chance to really see him dance yet. So
no, man, jump cuts are something to watch. You got to keep him all because we go through running back so quickly every year. By week 12,
if he's down for the practice squad, for sure. Yeah, if he's down for the practice squad, I'm with it. And as far as receivers, I don't know if we're going to do Julio, but if we don't, I'm not disappointed because I think Kyle's going to start utilizing who the hell we should have been utilizing, Richie James. He's going to put some more faith in River, and we got Brandon Ayuk and Debo Samuels, and we got some toys. We still got our new rookie receiver we got undrafted. So I'm not going to be too concerned about that. I'm excited about the defensive line. I was thinking about because we got Zach Hurt and we got Arden Key and we got those other guys. I keep forgetting that we had acquired those guys, and those are really solid acquisitions for the team and that depth, you know what I mean? And
so see what Kasura can do with them. All right, fam.
Yeah, bolstering up those trenches has done us well. So, yes, sir.
We'll be all right. All right, Ellis. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, fam.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brother Ronbo, as always. And shout out to production and family and everybody. Shout out to the Niner faithful. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe. And y'all know the number. Secret number is, it's Niners all day, and we trying to get 50K.
Wait. Before you go away, Hawaiian built. Happy birthday, Ellis, and 49ers. First Super Bowl win and repeat this year. Hawaiian built. There you go. Shouting out to Ellis.
Hey, man. Shout out Hawaiian built, man.
Bless. Right,
hey, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Ellis.
Thank you,
Have a great night, fam.
You too, champ. Peace.
Thanks. Hawaiian belt. Thanks, fam, for that contribution as well. And speaking of Hawaii, let's go to Tyler out in Hawaii as well. Tyler, my brother.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Tyler, man, we're having fun here. The table's already set for a lot of camp drama. We got a lot of good players this year. Tyler, do you remember, and I used to be I've always been an idiot. But back in 2015, 14, 15.
Like we all.
2015, 16. You know what used to really get me off? I go to Twitter, there'd be a guy from another team, Hawks, someone's playing. Hey, man, you guys ain't got no talent, Ronbo, man, so you guys might as well need to shut up and know you're going to be in the basement. Oh, man, I would be livid. I start naming off names. Some of the guys were terrible, but we're 49er fans. I don't care. I'm talking to another fan. I'm going to tell him all my guys are good. Now, Tyler, we are legitimately good. We got a lot of talent. And tomorrow, it's going to be rough in camp. I'm telling you, it's going to be survival of the fittest. You look from top to bottom. You got Nick Bosa that's going to the guys that are playing around Nick, because you got to work with Nick. You got Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead, and these guys. Nick means so much to that defense. Nick means so much to that defense, even the secondary will eat because of what Nick's doing. God, guy's going to get paid $50 million when his contract expires. Hey, and you got Trey and Jimmy, of which some people don't think that contest is over. Is Trey going to challenge Jimmy? Also, the running back room we just got through talking about. And D'Amico Ryans, is D'Amico going to be the coach that we hope he is? He's going to be watched too, but probably not scrutinized or criticized so much after this week. But hey, Tyler, jump on in there. Let me shut up, man. What are you thinking?
Well, first with the running backs is like, I'm kind of looking at Sermon. I don't know. I think and then I think we got to keep Wilson Jr. We need another strong running back coming in. Mostert, Mostert is good for the fast run plays. He's quick. You know, 22 miles per hour. What did he do last season?
That's not human. Hey, remember you got Wayne Gallman Jr. too, from the Giants trade. We got man.
Yep. Yeah, man. But I'm gonna throw a hammer at you.
What's that?
You know what I'm kind of like afraid of this season.
What's that? Don't say it. You're gonna say injuries.
I don't think. Yes, I don't trust Nick Bosa.
Don't you know? Oh,
I'm sorry.
God.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Oh God! A knife in my chest.
I'm thinking of him as like another J.J. Watt. Like he's great when he's healthy, but we need him there.
It's the way certain guys play, and you know something really. I in the back of my mind, Tyler, all edge rushers tend to get injured. All of them aren't seriously injured, but they all seem to get injured, except for Aldon Smith. Smith never got hurt.
Yeah. Oh, that was yeah.
Aldon.
Yeah, but what?
He never got hurt.
With Nick Bosa, it's like I feel like once you get that serious injury, it's gonna come back again.
Oh, Tyler, don't speak
on
into existence.
On the plus.
Oh yes.
On the plus side, we got I don't know how to pronounce his name, but we got Ibuka.
Oh yeah. I figured you were going there. Yeah, I doubt he's going to be a Nick Bosa, but he should be.
Of course.
He should be useful. I'm hoping. We got Arden Key. Remember him? I wanted him in that draft that year. We're going to see if Kasur can make something out of some of these guys. Some of these guys. Last year we got that guy that was also a first-round pick that comes off the edge. He was good, and then he ended up being a bust. A lot of these guys end up being a bust, but last year he had a pretty decent year. Kasurka's a good coach, so we'll see with Arden Key because guys have all kind of talent. So
but going with your main question tonight, it's probably everyone probably thinks like, oh yeah, this is a given or not. They might think it's done, but
right.
I say Fred Warner. Fred Warner is going to be the key in this defense this year.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Yes, he means so. He does a lot of directing out there. He puts players in position to make plays, and then he goes ahead and he does his own job. You're right. Fred Warner is extremely important. Oh, no doubt about it.
Well, look at it. Like now he has to step up. He understands like, he has to lead this team. And I feel like. Look at his stats from 2019. He did pretty good. Last year, not so much, of course, but
the whole team struggled. Yeah, that's why, one guy. But you look at 27. Fred came in 2018?
2018 he came in?
Yeah, and nearly led the league in tackles. I thought it was just one of those things.
Exactly.
No, he really is that good. So you're right.
But yeah, he was consistent. But his second year, 2019, his tackles were down, but he was still a force. He got a lot of interceptions, forced fumbles, sacks.
And he was surrounded by good defense.
I'm calling the 666. He's going to get he's going to get 6 sacks, 6 interceptions, 6 forced fumbles this year. That's my dream, Ronbo.
Yeah,
Fred Warner.
Usually 3 sixes is a very bad sign, but in this case, I like it. Bring the devil on, Fred Warner.
Devil on to the NFL. He's going to crush everybody.
He should have a good year. Dre Greenlaw, and I don't know how they're going to use Ibukum, but you could actually put him at the Leo, or not the Leo, but the weak side linebacker position in the 4-3 in the standard. You know what? There's so many things. They've got talents, Tyler. There's so many things they can do. So many different. They can invent packages this year. It's going to be really interesting to see how the 49ers do this defensively. Because they can overwhelm a team.
Yeah. Well, that's why I mentioned it, Ubukum, is because, like, I feel like, I don't know if Greenlaw is going to hold up, you know? So
Greenlaw should be fine. Because he's probably much, his position's already established.
It is, but
Ibukum's going to be on the on the weak side. Anyway,
of
Dre's
course,
going to be on the strong side.
That's why. That's why, like,
Am I get that backwards?
if Nick Bosa is out, that's why I think, like, Ubukum is going to be, like, the force.
Yeah,
They're going to be scared of it, you know?
Tyler, don't count on Nick missing this. Maybe if Nick goes down, it'll be every other year. It's not going to be every year. He'll be strong this year all year long. He'll be fine. Let's worry about his ankles and things like that. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tyler.
But yeah, that's my thoughts, Ronbo.
And good stuff. I love it. Except for just get over Nick getting hurt. That's not going to happen. Tyler,
Yes, sir. Yes,
come
sir.
on back
Sorry
tomorrow. I'll
about
be looking for you. All right, man. Have a good night.
Have a good night, Ronbo.
You too. Thanks. And it's the Iron Sheik. Sheik, get in there, man.
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on, man?
Sheik, when I saw that question, I wanted to relay it to Grayson. I just couldn't get it to him because his time was up when production was pointing to get him out. But I wanted to ask him how he felt about Dre Greenlaw. I'll remember that tomorrow. I got to ask him. I thought that was a fun question. He had me laughing so hard about Russell Wilson's height and inability to see over big linemen. I couldn't talk.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I can't imagine a Seahawks fan saying something like that. I've been making those kind of jokes for a long time. Pete Carroll looking down at his quarterback, giving him instructions. Russ, get some lifts in those shoes. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Joseph Smiley, I bet he's taller than you, though. Shut up. Hey, Sheik. Man, look at the storyline. There's storylines going on around the camp, man. Jump on anyone you like.
Well, I got something better. Actually, I met Trey Lance the other day, randomly.
Dude's huge, right?
Yeah.
But huge. He's
a huge man.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm like 6'4", 6'5", and I had to kind of glance. I was like, wow, this guy's built, and then he's just a little tall. I was like, wow, am I really 6'5"? Because he looks taller than me.
Shoulders. Guy's probably lifted tons of weight. Big dude.
Right. And then the funny thing, how we met, because one of my buddies of mine, he has a family in Sacramento, and he's like, hey, I'm going to San Jose to pick up something, and I'm going to come back. I was like, all right, let's do it. And we go over there. We're going to Santana Row. So we have some breakfast and lunch or whatever. And then we're just sitting there, and he's like, hey, look who's over there. I was like, oh my gosh, Trey Lance and Cowherd's daughter having lunch together.
Really?
So I was.
Cowherd
really.
lives in that area too? I didn't even know. Or is just his daughter lives in that area?
Well, she's in L.A. I guess she's just visiting. I don't know the whole story, but so what happened? One of his my buddies, hey, just give me a favor. Don't ask for his. I'm just gonna hurt you and pain you. Don't ask for his autograph. I was like, what? What do you mean? That's like taking a slap in the face. What are you talking about?
I probably would have pissed him off. Oh, come on, man. You know what? Okay, just sit here. Don't act like you don't know me, and then you'll be fine.
Right. You're like, hey, just act like I'm just a random fan just jumping in. But because he's trying to he's a realtor, and I wanted to see if I could get into. So he kind of chatted with him randomly, and then he's like, yeah, I'm looking for other places. And I overheard. I was hearing from the distance. He's like, yeah, I'm looking for places. And he just looks at me. I just blurted out, Sacramento, cheaper than the Bay Area. Yeah. But he's fine. But yeah, he's a really nice, humble guy, Ronbo. I was impressed how he's polite with the people. And the funny thing is, nobody noticed him that he was there. That was a shocking thing.
For now, that'll end soon.
For now,
yeah.
Right, that's gonna end really soon. This one. OTAs and whatever training camp starts, he's gonna get. Yeah, but it It was nice, but her daughter, she was quiet because she didn't want to be out there, I guess, and I could just tell. But they did have the conversation with my buddy, so he took his card and he said he's going to call him, but we'll see.
You're going to know. Actually, you're going to be sworn to secrecy on that, but your buddy's a realtor, right?
I'm going to get on his ass about it. I'm going to get on his butt about it. I was like, hey, man, you owe me a freaking autograph, a picture, something. You didn't let me say nothing, like barely even. It's like, oh, dude, I know because you're wearing that mask, and then you made it obvious. I was like, yeah, I brought my phone and saw my freaking screensaver. I did.
Sheik, do you watch Modern Family? This reminds me of an episode in season 2 with Phil Dunphy and a guy he was trying to sell some property to, but the guy had the hots for his wife, you know. So Phil's got to be nice to him because.
Yeah, I was like, I even told my buddy, like, dude, you're paying for my lunch then. He's like, all right, I'll pay, I got you. That's big, man. That's like his autograph. I couldn't even get it. Who knows? I might not see him again after
I
that.
know, right?
Like
These don't happen all the time. Oh, that's all right.
But yeah, that was my fun experience. I had to share that with you, Ronbo, and people and all that. But
hey, he may be your neighbor soon, and you can go over there and get that autograph then, or just sort of like jogging by as he's sitting out in front or something, you know.
Eric Armstead's family's over here, and so who knows? You might have, that might happen actually.
Yeah,
because I'm like in the role.
That's right, Eric's Sacramento. Yeah. Well,
so, but it's gonna be interesting. I'm really excited. Meeting him now, I'm like, okay, I'm impressed how humble he is, how, like, he's open-minded, and he's, like, a very intelligent guy. You can just tell.
Oh, yeah, he's sharp.
The experience in that. And he just, like, how the feelings I got with Ronbo, like, all the like, different teams are just, oh, my God, he's a bright kid. I can just see it. So I'm excited for his future. I'm excited for what he does with his team, and then, brings the offense, he opens up the offense even more with his style of play. And Kyle Shanahan is going to be amazing. He made a great pick, Ronbo, and I'm excited. I am a Jimmy G guy, but, time
that's intriguing. Yeah, he's an intriguing specimen. I can't see preseason. We're going to see right off the top of just how good he probably is going to be. So.
Right, right. But I'm impressed with all these other guys in Ronbo. But we had a lot of time. I just wanted to call me and give you that, share you
that was
people,
fun.
like I said. Yeah, but,
the whole situation was just fun.
But boy actually took a random picture. I'll send it to your Twitter. I'll tweet it to you or something like that.
Okay.
Just take a random picture of him. So I'll send it to you. But anyways, Ronbo, shout out to TNT. Shout out to the Ronbo Faithful Fan Club. And shout out to you, sir. 34 hits out live for Ronbo Sports. Follow platforms. Go Niners. Peace.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you, Sheik. Talk to you shortly. All right.
Have a good night.
You too.
Good night.
Sheik, man. How many people could be able to tell that kind of story, man? Hey, and let's get another TNT member in here. His name is Shay. Come on in, Shay.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing tonight, brother?
Shay, man, I'm looking at the chat. I seen a Colts fan here. There's I didn't even know that the Lions had fans. One in here running around talking major poo-poo. It's hilarious how those folks come, because they like to be in here with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love that.
That's
Just like
Rudy
ain't got nowhere else to go. Rudy ain't got he don't got his own Rams lobby. He don't got nothing. He just stays in here 24/7. He's a fan. We all know. Secretly, Rudy is a Niners fan.
I gotta believe that at this point.
Why do you think he spends so much time? Him and Texas Girl, they both in here so much instead of being with their own fan bases. They just love being in here.
But the thing is,
it's weird.
Texas Girls came in here and blocked half the chat, so I don't understand the point.
I don't get it. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Texas, what do you mean? You blocking your fellow faithful brethren? What are you doing? So
it's comical.
It is. It really is. Those dudes are some clowns, man. So, but yeah, and I don't even know why Detroit Lion fans in here. I mean, the only thing they got in Detroit is Ford cars or whatever they make the factory out of. So other than that, man, I mean,
as they winning no ball games, building cars,
right, right. come on, man. I mean, they went from Stafford to Goff or Goof, Jared Goof. Like, come on, man. Let's be real here, guys. That team is literally rebuilding for the last 25 years.
Remember the bottom line on that. I think the Rams paid them to take Jared Goff to some money.
Yeah, they did. They definitely did.
So
they definitely had to, Ronbo. So I mean, it was that and two future first-round picks. I mean, they had to take that kid. But again,
Shay, who's that awful? Wait, who's that awful quarterback from the Broncos that the Browns paid? Osweiler, right?
You talking about Osweiler?
Yeah.
Osweiler? Yeah.
There's
like the same scenario, right? Yeah.
That's sad.
That's terrible. So sad.
Let's talk about some serious football now. Shay, the storylines coming up to starting tomorrow.
Some serious football. No, Ronbo, I'm excited. And I seen your tweet about Mike McGlinchey. I think the biggest thing I'm looking for is Mike McGlinchey taking that next leap, man. Just anything better as far as pass blocking from last year. We've all seen that he's put on some weight. Looks like he's been eating good, and I'm happy. And I'm happy, And I don't think his athleticism will take a hit from him being that size. Or if he goes up any bigger, I still think he can still be explosive in the run game like he's always has been. And like we said, the problem was never the run blocking. It was always the pass blocking that was questionable.
Mm-hmm.
But last year, it being his worst pass blocking year is just something that you're looking at. Right, well, you're looking at year 3 and you're like, come on, man. Like, you're supposed to be getting better and progressing, even if it's not that much progression, but we can't have any regressing. And he did. He regressed significantly last year. So hopefully with the new added weight that he's putting on and whatever he's doing in the offseason to get ready. I know, like you said, he's been hanging around with Joe. Everybody's seen Joe. Joe looks built, man. Looks like a bodybuilder almost Staley now.
And that's probably got Mike going.
Weight, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so hopefully, he's not making Mike lose weight, but having him gain weight, put on pounds, and still teaching him grade A technique. So I'm excited for them. I know everybody's talking about Dre Greenlaw and and other players taking a big leap, but my big leap is for Mike McGlinchey.
I like it
to hone down that right side for whoever's out there. Whether it's Garoppolo or Trey Lance. Either way, the future of the team, or either way, in Jimmy or Trey Lance, the future of the team, because regardless, however the trajectory is going to go, the quarterback is the most important position, and we need that to be, we need those guys to be clean, right? We need those guys to be up in the pocket, and that doesn't happen unless the O-line is blocking for him. So hopefully McGlinchey does take that next step, man, and gets a lot better from what he was last year, at least on pass blocking wise. Run blocking, like I said, nobody has a problem in the run blocking game. He's the best run blocking tackle in the league. Next to Trent.
And that's true. Shay's not just saying that. Hawks fans, Rams fans, Lions fans. Oh my God! I mean, that's true.
Yeah, so. It is. So I mean, Pro Football Focus has him ranked second, but only behind Trent. So it means he's doing something right. Just got to get that pass blocking up there.
Wait,
but,
Shay, is that true? Is he second next to Trent? Do you realize what that means? We've got the two top tackles in the league as far as the run game goes. No wonder Kyle's thinking of a draft some running backs. They ain't running out of running backs.
No, Ronbo, 100%. It's not even close. Trent's ranked first, and McGlinchey's ranked second.
Damn.
And and that was never the problem. You know what I mean? It's just you see it when it's 3rd and 8 or 39, and the Niners are behind schedule and they need a pass, and you're looking at McGlinchey get blown up or something like that. And it looks a lot worse than it actually is.
Yeah. So.
Right. It looks a lot worse than it actually is, but with the help of Mac being in the line, the protection should be a lot cleaner. I love Brunskill, but Brunskill is definitely a tackle. He's not in there for guard. He does a good job at guard, but I just think that with Aaron Banks being in there, the Brinks truck himself, man, it looks built like a Brinks truck out there. He's gonna be moving people right next to McGlinchey. So I'm excited, and I'm looking at the preseason games just to see, who looks really good and who's going to make the 53-man roster before the cuts, who's been balling in these preseason games. I understand, every fan, right, Ronbo, doesn't look at it like, it's just, the backups. But I take notes and see, guys who are, playing against guys their level. And obviously everybody's going to be looking at Trey Lance, but, I think what, shout out to my TNT brother Big Show said, but, looking at Lenore and Ambry Thomas, looking at those guys and seeing what they got out there, running next to each other and seeing like, okay, our future's looking really bright at the secondary position and stuff like that. So I'm just excited for little things like that once August rolls around. But obviously, training camp's coming right up, so definitely looking at that too to see what the Niners looking at. But I'm really excited for this offense though, Ronbo. With just the additions, finally solidifying that O-line. I think everybody that was, crying about it last year when Jimmy was getting, blown up, Mullins was getting blown up, Beathard, and they finally did the right thing, though, Ronbo. They really did. They finally did the right thing this year. They said, you know what, we're not going to hold this off with, Colton McKivitz or anybody. They said, let's go get our guy. They got Aaron Banks, and then they said, let's get our center that knows the protections, that knows this scheme like the back of his hand, who's been in it majority. Technically, Alex Mack has played in it majority of his career, right? Because he was part of the Browns, right? And Kyle was with the Browns. Then he moved to Atlanta. Kyle went to Atlanta, and then now he's with the 49ers. So this is, I think, and I love Trent Williams. I'm glad we were signing, but I think the most important offseason signing was Alex Mack, Rombo. Just to have that chest piece solidified in the middle.
And we're going to find out more about that because it's probably true too. But we got to go now, fam.
All right, Rombo.
See, the EY, God, all these names get on me. You're Shay, not Trey.
It's all good, brother.
Hey, I'll see you tomorrow, fam. Appreciate you know this.
All right, Rombo. Shout out to TNT. Shout out to production. Shout out to you, brother. You have a good night. God bless.
Thanks, fam. You too. Night, Shay. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, Chloe. I saw that a few minutes ago. Chloe and Jorge. What's up? Good to hear from y'all. And Tony, get on in here from Atlanta.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you?
Tony, man, you put the spotlight on Atlanta, Georgia. Everybody's talking about your wide receiver. And I love Bleacher Report seems to be like sleeping outside the hall, in the hallway or something at Atlanta Central. It's hilarious. Everything that goes on. Okay, right now, it seems that the Falcons are only having discussions. They're not ready to make any particular move in any direction with any particular team. They're just fielding conversations. I said, what is this, man? Why don't y'all, you ain't got nothing else to do, huh? When the Falcons get ready to make a move, they'll tell you. They'll tell everybody. So,
Exactly. They keep those things private. Hey, I sent you a little short 30-second vid. One of my Falcons blogs, they sent this little short vid. Julio sighting. He was working out. It was Thursday night. I don't know where the gym was, but he was. You know how you do the rope with your hands.
Oh yeah,
But I sent it to your phone. He's maneuvering the rope, and then there's this other guy working. I didn't know who he was. I'm like, hey, that's Derrick Henry. I'm like, man, those Bama boys put in the work.
There was really. Hey, you sent that where though?
I sent it to your phone, Ronbo Sports. I sent it to you.
Really?
It's a little short 30-second vid. Yep.
Okay, I'll locate that.
About 2 minutes ago.
Oh, only a few minutes ago. I didn't see that earlier. Okay, all right. Can't wait to see that.
Putting in the work. Yeah, this is working out.
So Julio's still serious about the season. Derrick, did you say Derrick Henry's involved? See,
yeah, Derrick Henry's pulling something, and Julio's maneuvering the ropes, and then there's a personal trainer in between both of them.
Derrick Henry frightens me more than any player in the NFL. To watch him just run down the field, and if you don't stop him at the line of scrimmage and let him get loose, Lord have mercy. What he does,
backs have to make a business decision, huh?
God, that is brutal. I'd get late. I'd get cut. You know. Hey, Ronbo, make that tackle, man. What? I'm not moving my body in front of that. Do you? I may as well be a Rolls Royce rolling down the street. You know how much that weighs and the speed he's moving? Do the coach math. Coach, you do the math. That's mass times speed equals impact. I'm not dying today. You're out of here. Take that uniform, take it off right here, and get out of here. Fine.
It's like putting your body in front of a freight train.
Whoa. So, when I see him out there and got loose, I still horrors that time when he did to Earl. That was crazy. I've never seen anything like that before. Some other guys suffered too, but not like Earl. Took him, grabbed him, turned him around, and throwed him out in front and used his body as a block. What? Really? Damn.
Yeah. You know what? I thought about something else about this Julio situation. I say to myself, if we can't go ahead and restructure him, Grady Jarrett, Dante Fowler,
which is probably
and
going
they
to happen.
trade him, that's telling me that they're trying to rebuild. But on the other hand, they didn't pick a quarterback. They went with Pitts, and they stayed with Matt Ryan. That's telling me that they're trying to win now, like the coach said. The new head coach said, we're trying to win now. So I'm kind of confused.
They're probably telling Julio all the time. You know, they're probably saying if somebody blows them away with an offer, and it's going to take a couple of first-round picks. People think, oh, you can get Julio. No, you can't. If the Falcons going to part with Julio, it's going to have to take at least two first-round picks. He's worth that. I don't care how old he is. This is a game changer. So you know what? It makes sense if they do that. But if you keep him with the rest of that offensive arsenal, oh man, they can deal with the
and I already knew. Wait till you see that link. But Julio gets in shape every year. I said Julio's going to blow the league away in 2021, whether he's with the Falcons or not. He's going to, because he hears, oh, he's washed up. He hears that.
32.
And Julio, he would have had 1,000 last year if he just played in 2 more games.
Yeah.
So Julio's going to blow it up, just like he always does.
And even if Julio's not feeling well or slowing down, he still has that intimidating effect on any DC that's planning against your offense. Now you have to account for Julio. I don't care if he's slowing down or his ankle hurts or he's got a pull. We don't know what that's going to mean. He still is effective. You got to account for him. That's a plus.
And they still will double cover him. I bet you they won't give him single coverage.
Oh God, yes. So yeah, it's.
Hey Ronbo, I got a trivia fact for you, real quick.
All right.
I know I gotta go.
All right.
Frank Gore, the great Frank Gore, who you guys drafted, played for you guys, right?
Right.
In college, he played at the University of Miami.
Right.
So he took over the starting job after Willis McGahee and Clinton Portis and all them left, right?
Right.
Then he tore up his knee.
Mm-hmm.
You know who his backup was? It was Walter Payton's son, Jared Payton.
Wait, who?
So Jared Payton goes on to end up getting 900-something yards that year with Franco out for the season. He was the MVP of the Orange Bowl against Florida State. Ran for over 100 yards against Florida State in the Orange Bowl. So Walter Payton's son was Frank Gore's backup. Fast forward to now, do you know how many yards Frank Gore has right now?
You know what? When you do, how many years Frank's been 1,000? He's averaging 1,000 a year. How many years he's been playing? You can do that really quickly if you think Frank's been playing. Is this his 10th year?
No, Frank Gore's been playing longer than that. He's been playing as a backup, and he'll get 300-400 yards a year.
Oh yeah.
He's been like several things now.
How many years?
But nobody picked him up yet.
Is Frankie
Frank
his 12th
Gore's
or
at
13th?
exactly 16,000 yards right now. 16,000 on the nose. You know who's next in line?
Damn.
Walter Payton, Jared Payton's dad, Walter Payton, 16,726. Isn't that eerie?
That is scary. And Walter P's career was ended a little short, but man, that is amazing.
Yeah. Played with the son. Was the start. The son backed him up, and now he's within striking distance of the father at second all time.
Tony, where's Jared? I've not been following that.
I know that he signed as a free agent with Tennessee back in 2003, 2004, but he got released. I don't know what he's doing now.
I just remembered that name, and wow.
He was a big dude. He
Yeah.
was a big dude too.
Look how he ate when he was a kid. Hey,
Yeah.
Tony, always good, interesting stuff. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. All right?
Yes, sir. Monday Night Raw, sir.
Yes, indeed. Night, Tony.
All right, take care.
You too. And let's go to 510 is your area code. Who is this?
Hello? Oh, hello, Ronbo?
Yes, and what is your name?
It's Darwin.
Darwin. Hello, Darwin. Well, come on in, Darwin. Training camp opens, OTAs, should I say, opens tomorrow. We're just going over some of the storylines that are already developing. Darwin, what are you thinking?
So, for me, I'm really liking OTAs and the competition. I'm really liking the cornerback position, especially with Ambry, Thomas, and Lenore.
Yeah, I know, right? Aren't they exciting? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm also liking the quarterback competition because I feel, that if Trey Lance can win the starting position.
All right.
Just imagine that, and he takes over Jimmy G.
It could be. It's nothing's impossible. Like Kyle said, you might be surprised, but he ain't counted out. So you got those two competitions. What do you think about the running back competition too? That's every last one of these competitions is crazy fun to think about.
Oh yeah, I'm running the competition at running back, especially with the additions of Sermon and Elijah Mitchell. I think those two are going to be the future, and if Trey Sermon can develop really good, I can see him being our version of Derrick Henry.
Well, Derrick Henry is a lot bigger, but I heard this guy is physical, though. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Oh, that's, man. Also, with him, Elijah Mitchell, Trey Sermon, these are the two new guys that have got to get some playing time because Mostert, right now, you pencil Mostert in along with, of course, Jeffrey Wilson Jr. is probably being the guys that are going to get most of the reps in practice, right? So they're going to start. But Sermon, Wayne Gallman, all right? Those guys could. Elijah Mitchell, people think he's going to go to the practice squad. And does Elijah Mitchell make this team, or is he on the practice squad?
I think he's going to make this team.
All right. Do you think he'll get a role?
The odd man, I'm thinking the odd man out is either going to be, it might be Hasty.
Yeah, I know everybody's looking at Hasty as good. It just looks, you got to use your draft picks, and Hasty's got to be really, really play really good in order to move the draft picks. Because we spent draft picks on Elijah Mitchell. Well, not so much Elijah Mitchell, but Trey Sermon. Elijah Mitchell was late in the draft. Not so late, though. But still,
Yeah.
He's going to have a hard time.
Another thing I'm worried about is the depth at wide receiver because I don't feel like we do have a lot of depth there, especially after cutting Marquise Lee.
Oh, well, they picked up a guy called Fowler. I looked up he's been with a few teams. I really worry about getting guys that have been around to a few teams. If you've been around one or two teams and had some stats and were a starter, okay. But Fowler, I don't know why they picked him up. He's fast, kind of. But we need I want to see Jalen Hurd. Go ahead.
I still think that we need to make a splash for Julio Jones. I think he would be a nice addition on this offense.
Oh, he'd be more than a nice addition. I mean, oh, God. He would make, you know what? That would change everything. You get Julio Jones, now your wide receiver room changes, everything changes. Bam?
What happened?
No, I was listening to you.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Durbin. So what else you thinking? Hey, how do you think DeMeco Ryans is going to do? He debuts for the first time tomorrow. I mean, he's been coaching probably anyway for a little bit. But now you got DeMeco, linebacker coach. He's in charge of everything. How well do you look for him to do?
Yeah. I think he's going to be a nice addition to this team, too.
We got Robert Saleh was like Mr. Mind. He was like Professor Xavier out there, I mean, DeMeco, God, that seems like some big shoes to fill. Although we don't know how much DeMeco was actually helping out as far as the defensive schemes and everything, so we might be surprised. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to. A lot of pressure. Hey, Derwin, I'm going to go out of time. Hey, Derwin, I'm looking for you tomorrow, okay? On Monday Night Raw. Great to meet you, too.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Night, fam. And bring on, as every time I see his name, I think about Tom Cruise in the Top Gun, Ice. Ice.
What's up, dog?
Ice, man. I was sitting back here, man. The storylines are already developing. 49ers, we could be the most dramatic team in the NFL. You know, I'm trying to think of another team that draws more attention than 49ers. Because until Aaron Rodgers starts showing his butt, nobody's talking about Green Bay. Not really. The Patriots got, Tom Brady left, and they got a lot of conversation in New England, of course. The Rams, Hollywood, no, they don't get the ink we get.
Nah.
And the Hawks, until Russell Wilson started talking about, look, I need to have some input on the people being put on this team. If y'all can't give me no more respect than that, then let me the hell up out of here. and of course, Deshaun Watson. But otherwise, 49ers, we don't even have to be doing all these things. They just write about us all the time. So,
Because you know what? We're a great story. It's a great franchise. You got a head coach that's father was a head coach. You got a GM that's a Hall of Famer, great defensive player.
True.
We have Montana, Rice. Come on, John.
History. History's crazy.
We have a great history and a great organization. And, we have our ups and downs, like a lot of organizations. But
Ice, wait. Ice, I want you to hold that right there because I want to give a shout out to the Rams, the Hawks fans. Every time I tell them, man, this is a franchise that has sitting in its cabinet 5 trophies. Man, all you 49ers want to talk about is them old-ass trophies. Look, man, them trophies don't get old. The trophies are vintage. They define a franchise. Y'all can't do that. So, what are you talking about? What?
They wolfing because, they want to be where we are.
They never will get there in their lifetime. They never. Ice, you realize that? In their lifetime, they'll never see 5 trophies. Rams, Hawks, forget about it. In Nine of Mike's words.
People, I'm gonna tell you something. Exactly. People don't realize that it ain't easy getting 5 championships. I don't care what team you are.
One, let alone 5.
It ain't easy getting exactly. You got 20 teams get 1 and then they disappear. We got 5. We got back to back. Come on, you know what I'm saying? The only other team to do that like that is the Patriots and the Cowboys and the Steelers. Other than that, those are franchises like us. So, on those teams will always be talked about. But what we talk about today, I'm going to tell you something. I personally think, the competition is going to be good. Jermichael Hastings, I don't think they're the cutter. I think he's going to stay. I don't think he's even going to practice for. I think he's going to make the team. As soon as that.
All right.
They let the Jet go.
Yeah.
No. I'm going to tell you why. Because they let Jet go. Okay? They let him go. Because they need that outside presence to speed. He has what that is. He can make moves on the outside, get on the outside. And we have to have that. It's a change of pace back.
Right.
You always got to have a change of pace guy in up there. That's just all NFL teams are like that. You got to have that change of pace guy, that can switch it up. And he's a game changer too. A lot of players that we drafted, if you look at them and you look at what we have, these guys are playmakers. Everybody that we have grabbed on the offensive side of the ball, on the defensive side of the ball, the DBs to whatever, they're all playmakers. And in the NFL today, you have to have guys that can make plays, playmakers can make plays, can change the game within one play. And a lot of guys we grab are these guys, from the running backs to the wide out. And then there's another cat, if you look at, we got a lot of wide receivers. They sleep in the wide receiver corner we already have. This is why they haven't reached out. Remember, this is why they didn't reach out and go after Julio. It would be a great addition, but we look at what we already have in store. Most of the guys we have, they're all young. They're young. Fowler's 29, Hurd is 25, Jones is 25, Jennings is 23, Sam was 21. Muhammad Sanu is the oldest guy there, which is 31.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody else is barely 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a lot of young guys that have been this. And Jalen Hurts is no joke. Don't speak. He got 6'5", 230.
I wish to God he could be healthy. I know he can play.
But that's what I'm saying. This is the whole thing, you know. The smallest guys we got is Watkins and what's his other kid
Richie?
name? White.
Oh.
White, right. Kevin White. We had a guy named Kevin White. He's 28. He's 6'3", 216.
Yeah, Kevin.
But a lot of guys we have are deep.
Is Kevin going to make this team? I really, you know how bad I wanted him that year in the draft? And they know which way in the hell the 49ers going to pick up Kevin White. So he went to Chicago.
He can. I think he can because you know why? I don't think we would have picked him up if we didn't think he had a potential to make it. That's why they drafted That's why they draft all these wideouts. Because number one, injuries destroyed us. All these dudes, you got to remember. Think about this now. A lot of guys we grab are all about power. These dudes we got a big team, dog. We ain't got no little guys. These dudes are huge.
Yeah.
From the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, we got one or two DBs that are small, but the majority of dudes are huge, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Now, people got to remember, man, when you got size and speed, dude, you're going to cause problems with a lot of teams with matchups. They're going to have some serious matchups because our wideouts are big. They're not little. These dudes are 6'3", 6'4", 220 and better. So you got to look at this like, come on, dude. You know what I mean? these dudes are huge. And then I come to our DB, they're not that big. Things like that.
The thing is, they're tenacious. They just won't get off you. But going back to that, we're going to be playing so physical this year.
Exactly.
Kyle Shanahan's he's going to mix finesse with brute force. I don't know that there's ever been a team that could do that. Shanahan's offensive system with bruisers, yak masters. This is going to be crazy.
Right now, in his mind, he feels like he got a video game team right now. I'm telling you, man.
We got to go.
I'm going to tell you about it. One person they're going to watch for this year, and I think you'll have a really serious break again because he didn't play with Nick Bosa the whole year. And Nick Bosa's going to take a lot of pressure. This kid Kinlaw's going to open up.
I know. We're on the same page because I know Kinlaw's getting ready to do some noise.
I'm telling you, he's going to get a lot of burns because you see, this is what they wanted. They wanted Kinlaw and Bosa to play together. They wanted that. Wake up. We've been strong, man. We ain't got no little fellas on the opposite side of the ball. You ain't gonna worry about them bruising us up, putting us on IR for this season.
Hey, Ice.
Get ready.
That's so true. And Ice, the thing is, Javon loves him some Nick. He wants to be just like him. So this is why I'm so glad he has that kind of respect. Oh, Ice, we gotta go, man.
All right, man. All right, one love, man. I'll talk to you Monday Night Raw, baby.
Looking forward to it, Ice. Have a great night, fam.
All right, later.
All right.
You too.
Hey, Ryan.
Yo.
Ryan. Man.
Yo.
Hey, Ryan, man, we're looking at all these things that are developing. And in the days ahead, we're going to be so entertained before the season starts. But what's going on? The 49ers have set the table for some massive wars in camp.
I feel the same way. I've been listening this whole broadcast, and I've been wanting to say this the whole time. I'm telling you, the one battle I see the most that's coming is Trey Sermon and
Wayne Gallman?
Jeff Wilson Jr.
They're
gonna battle.
Yes.
They're gonna battle. They're gonna battle for that. Because they're both goal line running backs. And I feel like Trey Sermon's something special. I really do.
From what I've seen in his film, yeah, he is. I know you can tell why the 49ers went third round. 49ers don't be drafting no running backs in the third round. He has to be something else.
Yeah, and I really do feel it's going to be a good battle. That's somebody I'm definitely anticipating on watching during these workouts. Because I really do think that's one of the biggest battles, for position there. Also,
looking at that I'm really interested in seeing because I mean, I feel a lot of faith and good hopes for Aaron Banks. I think he's going to do great. I want to watch him. Obviously, we all want to watch Trey Lance and his workouts, But a guy that I really want to see is, really in the preseason mainly, but kind of in workouts is Talanoa, a safety, man.
Wait, who?
He looks special to me, too.
Who'd you say?
Talanoa, how you say it? Talanoa Hufanga?
You're talking about Hufanga. Yes.
Hufanga. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, see, we got so many guys.
I want to check him out.
Everybody can't wait. They're already criticizing him on a few things. But you know what? With a little while of getting used to the NFL set, I think Talanoa has been just fine. Because he's had too much good tutoring from when you Palomar. That's if he even took an interest in Hufanga, I'm already interested in what he looks like. So yeah, you're right.
yeah. I feel like he's gonna be a banger as a safety, though.
He already
feel like he's gonna make his name for that as a banger. I think he's gonna make some big hits. And I feel like for the safeties, I feel like we've been missing that a little bit. Some hard hitting safeties since Dante Whitner. I haven't really seen another one in my eyes that's like, a banger.
Oh, God.
Jimmy Ward, he's cool. Jimmy Tart, he's cool, but
yeah, Jimmy's not gonna hurt you.
Bangers.
But if he gets his hands on you, you're not getting away. But Jimmy's not gonna knock you out. Hufanga, he'll knock you out. I like that.
I think he will.
Yeah,
I think he will, and I'm curious to see how he does. He's not the fastest guy. There's a lot of things you could say about him, but I really feel like when he gets on the field, it's going to be a different story.
Yeah, because he's one of those guys who knows how to play positions well.
It's going to be a success story. I don't know.
No, he's a guy who knows he understands the game. It's like Richard Sherman. Sherman never beat anybody with excessive speed. Sherman beats you by knowing angles, being able to outthink the offensive, the play. Sherman used to know where everything was going before it even got launched. If Hufanga can develop that kind of instinct, if Hufanga can develop that kind of instinct,
because he ran wide receiver routes. He knows what's going on.
I don't understand why anybody would make Richard Sherman into a wide receiver. I wish I could have saw him playing wide receiver. I gotta see if I can find some footage on Richard Sherman playing wide receiver.
Oh man, check it out! He made one of the biggest plays ever for Stanford.
Really, as a wide receiver?
Yeah, as a receiver. Yeah,
definitely. I never thought
big time play.
Because we're talking about. So the reason why I thought about going to look for the footage. So there should be plenty of footage.
Yeah, he was in college at Stanford. He was a wide receiver.
He's got the right height. So.
Yeah. That's what made him a great corner, I think. They didn't think he was gifted enough to be a great wide receiver, so they're like, hey, let's put you at corner.
Play him on defense.
And
Stanford does that.
He knew the routes.
Yeah, of course he does.
He knew the tricks.
And you got John Lynch. Lynch was a quarterback. But why would he become a great safety? Because he understands the movements of a quarterback, right?
He's eyeing that boy like an eagle.
So, yeah, this can be interesting.
Yeah. And also, I really wanted to look at Elijah Mitchell. Unfortunately, I feel he's probably not going to make the 53-man roster.
Running back.
But I really do feel he's a prospect. And that's why I feel like, I want to see what he does in workouts and throughout this process in the offseason. I want to see what he does. Just to see if possibly he makes that 53-man roster. Because I feel like he's kind of out, but he has a chance.
Yeah, remember to get to keep 55.
He's really got to do something.
All those hits can be used on linemen. Kyle, they'll tuck him away on the practice squad, hopefully. Because we run out of running backs every year, Ryan. Yeah. We run out. Yeah. By week 14, they're making phone calls, getting guys off the sofa. That's got to stop. So we'll see. Man.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, we're going to go.
I mean,
let me see the ball out on Raw.
Much love.
Back at you, fam.
I got you, man. I'll be there.
All right, looking forward.
Have a good night, brother.
You too.
Happy birthday, Ellis.
Hey, it's right. Night, Ryan.
Nice.
And let's go check out Jason. Hey, Jason.
What's up, bro?
Hey, Jason. Yeah.
How you doing? How you doing, brother?
Fabulous, man. You know, weekend time, you know, eating and laying around, being strange,
Yeah,
talking
being
football.
lazy.
My favorite thing to do.
I just like
Jason.
hearing y'all perspectives, hearing everybody's perspective on what's going on. Like the true fans know just from the journey, you know. But all I see is that there are some key people that we really need production from, and it's definitely Jaworski Tart. It's definitely Jimmy Ward. It's definitely D Ford. I'm kind of worried about linebacker for some reason, just with Warner and you know, the sensational guy Dre Law. You know, Greenlaw. I mean, I don't know outside of that, you know, what we got going on, unless there's something I'm missing. We did pick up something in the draft,
Jason,
right?
Jason, you know what though? Ibukum, I'm wondering how versatile is he? You know, because he's an OLB.
I got to go check him out.
Yeah, you know, we picked up from the Rams. He's pretty athletic, but I'm wondering about his versatility. You know, because they're talking about making him come off the edge, the other side, because as you mentioned, D, even as we speak, is laying up on the sofa with his leg up in the air saying, man, that leg ain't feeling good today, though. I don't know, man. I'm going to tell these people tomorrow, I don't know if I can work out or not. Don't do it, D. Tell me we watching you, man. D got paid and he can't play.
Hey, man, I just know we got to get production out of the veterans on the squad. There's some people out there. Like if D Ford is not healthy, we need to make a move.
I know.
You know,
you got Arden Key. None of these
Key,
guys
the
that we got,
journeyman.
yeah, they're not D. If D Ford's healthy, Jason, it's over, man. We will dominate. D Ford is ridiculous.
Yeah,
if
that's
he's
what
healthy.
I just hope.
Yeah.
I hope we can get some production out of those key positions. Our DBs are there. And somebody was saying Kinlaw is kind of like, he was a rookie. So many injuries. And also, Hyder, the guy Hyder, I think, had a great year from that, from Kinlaw's strength inside there. So I wouldn't really underestimate his importance to the team just yet with everybody healthy. You know what I'm saying? Give him a chance. Like, we can't keep expecting. Now, Solomon T, we gave him an ample time. You know, I hate that I, sound like I'm ragging on Solomon.
No, maybe it's
I just
true.
wish we could take 2017 back,
Yes.
like that draft. But then we wouldn't have had Bosa with that because we would have got a good QB and we wouldn't have had the second overall pick. So with football, it's like that. You can't really say what if too much. But damn, we wasted that damn
Hey,
draft.
Jason, you know what's so funny, though? You mentioned something because we picked up Solomon Thomas. Do you know that the linebacker, the Jets safety, he was in that draft? There were several other players. I don't think the 49ers were looking for a quarterback that year because they was trying to build you know how the 49ers do. They build the trenches first. That's 2017, the first year.
Yes.
There was Jamal Adams was in that draft.
Ooh, don't hurt me, Ronbo. Don't hurt me.
There was all kind of people that the 49ers could have got, and they picked up because Myles Garrett went first, right? And then, of course, Trubisky went second, and then we got Solomon T, number 3, which was a mistake. There was better players there.
You know what that was? That was John Lynch being fond of his classmate with his 4-sack game against Trubisky. You know, he had one good game against Trubisky at the Tar Heels in Stanford versus the Tar Heels, and everybody said, "This the Aaron Donald of the draft." No.
I know, right?
John Lynch. Then Foster, you know what? Foster was a good pickup, man. Not in the sense because he got suspended, but for what he was coming out of college, if he just had Deion Sanders to mentor him or something, man, who knows what he could have been. I hate crying over spilled milk. But that draft just
I was upset too. Reuben Foster could play ball. His head just wasn't on straight. And of all things, you got a lady involved that's just mucking up the whole thing. Reuben, How you gonna let this happen? Oh, don't. I'm not going back to that moment. It took me weeks to get over that. God.
Oh man, yeah. Lynch and them. Rookie year out, rookie as far as coaching and GMing. So I give them some slack on that. But
they learned.
Year after year, we didn't really learn because look, we got fucking McGlinchey that year. Tell me, come on now, if McGlinchey would have been a cornerstone guy, like
give him one more chance. This is it. This is his year.
5th year option. He better perform. I'm seeing guys just blow past him, and it's costing injuries. You know what I'm saying?
And little dudes knocking him down, got his feet flying all up in the air. That was embarrassing. So,
Come on, McGlinch.
But Jason, remember, that's one of the best run blocking tackles in the NFL. So
but we need pass protection, Ronbo. Anybody can go out and smash somebody in the face. We got to, or you're going to kill us. We got to get our passing game. You see how, our running game was excellent, but come time for them playoffs, you see what happens.
Somebody to protect that quarterback. Jason, we got to go, though, fam. Get on back here tomorrow. I'll be looking for you. Love it to zoom in, too. Someone in tomorrow.
All right. Peace.
All right, fam. There's Jason, the man behind the smooth East Coast brogue. Hey, Bashar, are you kidding me? Bashar?
Live and direct. What's up, Ronbo, man? What's not a plan?
I haven't talked to you and like a millennial. You know what I'm saying?
Before the draft, we talked. We didn't talk.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that
But
now.
we didn't,
Before that, it was a long time. It was a whole season.
Yeah.
So
the season wasn't fun, man.
Bashar, you know what? This is going to be a good season. It's going to be fun. But you know what? All the storylines in camp right now, which one do you find the most amusing? Is it the quarterback situation, the running back room, D'Amico? Can he measure up? Nick Bosa and how important he is for the rest of those guys to even eat. What are you thinking?
Well, thanks to the 49ers closing off the media for the practices, we don't know much of what went on this past week, which kind of sucks. But we can just assume and just look at players on a piece of paper and say this guy versus this guy, see where you're going. From the draft, obviously, I can get to Trey Lance later, but people, I'm glad we beefed up the O-line, and I'm glad we finally picked up some guys that look like they could be some capable corners, and some of them one or two of those guys might be pushing Mosley off of his job. I'm talking about Demador Lenoir.
Yeah, he's got some pressure.
And then we got, Ambry Thomas from Michigan, obviously, who's drafted before him. And those two guys, if those guys, man, quarterbacks barely threw their way, or where they did throw their way in college. You're talking freaking Ambry Thomas. They had a 46 quarterback rating thrown to his side in his college career. And Demador Lenoir was like a 56 quarterback rating throwing on his side. So these guys, I think they're some tough dudes, man. I think they're going to be tough to play really hard for us. And
what round did we get Ambry in?
Frustrated. Ambry, I believe he was the fourth.
Wow.
Could have been third, though. I don't have the draft in front of me.
No, because Sermon was in the third. We got Ambry. I don't know
we had multiple picks in the third round, though.
Oh, did we? We had two?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe.
I can pull it up.
But the thing is, Ambry, you can only tell if he's one of those guys. People talked about, well, he's not physical, doesn't tackle well, but he's a great cover guy. You know what? Which one? I think we could teach him how to tackle, but coverage, some guys can do it, and some guys can't.
Coverage is so hard to teach. We learned the hard way, man. It's all these DBs that we've drafted throughout whatever years, and they just failed. So
one still.
Yeah, nice.
Well, Dante Johnson's not really a corner, but still, I don't. The thought of him coming into a game freaks me out.
He was picked him. Ambry was third round. I picked it. Yeah.
I was okay.
After we got Sermon.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, hopefully it is. I think those two guys look like they could be better than Witherspoon right off the bat, and potentially better than Mosley. So Mosley's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah. Witherspoon. Hey, Hawks, good luck with that. You know what, though? He had a few good games, though. Witherspoon, I think he has mental problems of some kind. I'm not sure. He can play so well 1 minute and play so awful the next. It's very strange.
Yeah, I was at the. I think I told you before. I was at this sports bar with Mahoney when we played the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
And I ran into Witherspoon's family there before the game. I ran into his little brother. He has hair exactly like Witherspoon, and he had the same jersey on.
Yeah.
And he was there with a whole bunch of family members.
Yeah.
But like we won the game, but that was the game that Witherspoon got pulled out of the game for getting burnt.
Uh-oh.
So it was kind of bittersweet for that family. I saw them when they were walking.
Okay.
Out of
I thought you were ready to say.
Sports bar.
I thought you were going to say. And me and Joy said some really negative things about Witherspoon, and his dad came over and asked us to lighten up.
Okay, when they were walking in the parking lot and leaving, we saw them walking out quietly, even though we won the game. They're walking out on quiet, and then Mahoney was like, "I feel bad for them." I don't know if they heard it, but
he didn't say it loud enough for them to hear it, though, right?
Yeah, man. So I want to tell Sheik, I think he's in the chat right now. He's listening.
Yeah.
This is how you could have got a picture with Trey Lance or his autograph or whatever. All you had to do was just walk up to him and be like, "Hey, what's up, Trey Lance? Congratulations on becoming the new 49ers starting quarterback."
Oh, he would have took a picture, big smile on his face.
He's like, "Oh, you're my number one fan. You got to take a picture. Come on, here we go. What do you want me to sign there? Want me to sign your hat, your mask? Let's go."
That's gonna be fun to watch, though. This whole drama throughout the camp. There's so many stories going on between now and the cut. You know, it's really gonna be amazing. Preseason games.
Oh yeah,
ooh, they're gonna be lit this year, Bashar.
Yeah,
Lit.
A lot of competition for the O-line.
Oh, and if Trey goes out there and shines like new money, that's gonna be special. So you know.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch too if that happens. So.
Yeah. And Sheik is having an argument with somebody. Sheik's trying to tell, if anybody's ever talked to any guy from the East Coast, they swear that the New York pizza is the best pizza on the planet. Bashar, I've been to the East Coast. Their pizza is good. We don't eat hot dogs in California like they do in the East. I understand. I appreciate their hot dog. I just never could make a big deal out of it. But they do good pizza, I must say. And we don't have pretzels out in the West either. But,
Well, I have a pizza oven. I've made plenty of pizzas at the house.
So. Oh, you got a pizza oven at home, Sheik?
Yeah.
Oh!
I've never been in New York though. But I do like New York pizza when it's made in California, and the style of pizza that I do make that comes out the best is in New York style. So I'll say that.
There you go.
Football teams.
Thinner crust and more flavorful. Chicago still makes some great pizza because I'm a glutton. I love deep dish. It's overeating, but my God, does it taste good? I mean, look at us. We're talking football. We're right to pizza. But sure, we're out of time, though.
Pizza. All right, Ronbo, good talking to you.
Thanks. Good to hear from you again.
We have a healthy offseason. If we have health is wealth. So
there you go.
Let's see what's up with the Niners. Take it all the way.
True. All right, fam. Great to hear from you. Talk to you later. There he is. Bashar. Oh. Papa Dragon, come on in here, man.
Yo, Ronbo.
Pop, I see you back.
What's going on? How you doing, man? How's production? How's everyone doing?
Still
Is everyone excited?
For the dark side. Papa, man. I mean, people talk about your Randy Savage last time for a long time in the chat. That was pretty funny.
Oh yeah!
Pop. Back then, Vince was like recruiting people who had some athleticism, but he really wanted people who had personality. That's why you see all them dudes that he had in the before they became the huge success they were. All of them were characters. Hilarious.
Yeah.
My God,
hilarious.
They were fun.
Absolutely.
Shawn Michaels
man.
coming out, just a sexy boy. He's got the big mirror and he out there dancing, going through his hair, being weird. And then The Rock.
Shawn Michaels was the one that freaked me out the most because, he had he's that little pretty boy face, and then he's like, I'm like, Jesus.
and Bob, they beat his brains out for 10 to 15 minutes. All of a sudden, Michael would recover and do the thing with his leg with sweet chin music and knock the dude out. Michael
right?
He was dead 10 minutes ago. He could have been pronounced dead. He gets up and wins. Oh, don't get me started on that.
I was sold on him when he gave the super kick to 6'10" Undertaker. I was like, he's the man. He's the man.
And Rock, oh God! Remember when he was with Farouk, and Farouk always had to keep Rock in line. And every time Rock would say something, Farouk would just give him that face, and Rock would just straighten up. Don't get me started on the WWE, man. I'm a fool when it comes to that.
Hey, I hear you, man. I hear you. Let's talk about the Niners.
Yeah, get right on into it.
Shoot, I mean, I think one of the really cool things that's going to happen this year is that I think the 49ers are going to be number one in time of possession.
I talked about that earlier. The last couple weeks ago. I said, look what Kyle did. All that running backs, Kyle's going to keep the ball away from the other team all game long. Yeah. He's going to pound you from the first quarter to fourth. By the fourth quarter, you're going to be so tired and worn out.
Yep. Oh. Yep. No, I can tell you for a fact that, next time that our boys hit the field, there's going to be several new starters, and they're going to be there for a long time. And that makes me excited. I think for the first time, when I did the mock draft, I did my deep dive. Well, first of all, it was cool to get two players that was on my mock that actually got drafted. That was cool. But, what I noticed is that their draft strategy for the first time since I could remember was really sound. Like there was a paradigm shift there. It's like, I'm sure we've talked about it, but, the fact that in this draft class, all the players from a medical standpoint have only missed 7% of their games. That means 93% of the players, 93% of the snaps, all those players made, right? And Lance made 100%. So I think that they shifted away from taking those risks on the injured players. I also think they took a shift just because I think you have 3 out of 4 losing seasons, so I think that has something to do with it.
Yeah, we're taking any risk.
I thought that Trey Lance had something to do with it. Jumping up there, they're trying to find the best talent, which I think they did.
Hey, but you know what? Does Justin Fields have any injury in his? Well, no. What am I talking about? He was playing with busted up ribs in the national championship.
Well, the saying goes, are you hurt or are you injured? That's the thing. Everybody plays hurt.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody plays hurt. The real key is how do you take care of your body? And a lot of people fail to realize that, Jerry Rice, one of the best to ever do it. Frank Gore, one of the best to ever do it.
Amen.
These guys stay in shape all year round. And that's one of the secrets to really having that ability to keep playing in the fourth and fifth quarters like it's the first quarter. So they did a good job there. But I definitely see Aaron Banks starting. I can't see him sitting. I just can't. Based on what we currently have, I see Aaron Banks starting. I see Trey Lance starting at some point. And the disappointing thing about that, it's not disappointing. I just think it's going to be hard to keep him off the field. I also think that Jimmy is still Jimmy. He's like I said, he's a bit of a meathead, so he's not going to change up his shit a little bit like he needs to. So I think he's kind of he's everything is everything with him. That's just the kind of player he strikes me as. So I do believe that at some point, whether it be, I'm not gonna talk about injuries. I don't want to talk about players that we don't have yet. I will say this: I think that at this point in time, with $17 million on cap, that we can definitely wait for June 1st cuts, and we can take a stab at some players. I definitely would go after Pro Bowl type players. I'm not overly concerned about the wide receiver position because there's really not a lot that we can do about it right now. We have to let the players that have been there the last 3 or 4 years, they gotta play. They gotta ball out. So we need Richie James to ball out. We need Jalen Hurd. He needs to ball out.
Yes, there's the name. if he can get on the field, it makes so a gap has been closed. Now Richie and anybody else, additionally, that's a lot of experience in that offensive system too. Oh God.
No, those are huge. Those are huge. So, Alex Mack, I think, he's going to really help Blake and Tomlinson and help the right guard out quite a bit. Like I said, last time I called, Mike McGlinchey was somebody I was looking forward to stepping up. He's got to step up. It is true. Pro Football Focus says he's the second best running tackle in the league, and I think that's great. But, the thing I'm the most excited about is I really want to see more of Kyle Shanahan's playbook. And I'm really excited about D'Amico Ryans because remember, Robert Saleh was nobody. He was nobody. But who did Robert Saleh have to go against every day in practice?
Yeah, that's a
He had to go against Shanahan.
Yes.
He had to go against Shanahan, right?
And I don't think he was losing every day either.
No. There was that one practice where Jimmy threw 5 interceptions, five plays in a row.
Defense was kicking butt. So.
Yeah, exactly. So D'Amico, I think D'Amico, he may have a slow start, but I do think that he'll turn it around and he'll turn it up. So if 49er fans with our easy schedule should be pretty excited overall about this particular season and year. I think my boy Talanoa Ufanga, I really do believe that he's the nickel linebacker for us personally. And now again, people sit there and they talk about speed. When I look at film, the film doesn't show me 40 time; it shows me football time. And he was on time. He was all over the place. To me, he was like a little miniature Junior Seau. So
that's what I was talking about. Certain players like Richard Sherman, Hufanga, there's lots of others. These guys just know positioning and they know how to put themselves in position.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I'm also
not.
Okay, make this last point, but we gotta go. Okay.
Oh yeah. No, well, my last point is
I love it. He disappears and suddenly comes back in. Watch. We got some characters to call into this program. I love it. He's still out there.
All right. Peace out, production. Peace out, Niner Nation. Love you guys. I'm out.
Oh, God, Pop. I can't wait to see you tomorrow, man. We'll be back. See you tomorrow night.
All right.
Well, man, because watching Sheik and others talking food, I've got to go. It's time for a snack. By the way, guys, don't mention food chains. All right, listen, we gotta compile some listings of pizza shops. Mom and pop organizations or shops are still going to be better than your chains. Somebody said, Straw Hat, Pizza Hut, no, those are commercial chains that everybody makes the same pizza. And Bashar can fill you in. When you make pizza, it has to be made with a certain amount of love. Italian people are very passionate people. When they made pizza, they meant it. Chains want your money. There's a big difference. No chains. And yes, Chicago pizza is actually made with lots of love. All right, see, this is not a pizza show. This is football. Fam, I shall see you tomorrow on Raw. Just have a wonderful night, will you please? Pretty please, pretty please. Hit that like, fam. Fam, thank you for the contributions tonight. You know I always appreciate that. And I'll see you tomorrow. Niners!